Welcome to What If Deku Was Half Animal. The end. Check the author out. The next day I decided to go back to the love base, but this time I went there after I knew that both of them were awake and just came into the bar and sat down. Me, hello neighbor. I am back. Shigaraki, the fucking hell you bastard. Me, oh I missed you too. It was rather fun seeing how angry and aggravated he was just by seeing me, so I enjoyed annoying this guy more than I should. After I called out, I heard some footsteps and both of them came towards me. Shigaraki, why are you even here? NPC. Me, you really calling me an NPC? After you lost the first round? Shigaraki, fine, bastard. Me, I prefer beast, crusty dusty. Shigaraki, bitch. Me, it's monster for you, toothpaste fairy. Shigaraki, gremlin. Me, no, just your personal devil, sandpaper reject. Shigaraki, feral. Me, I win again. Shigaraki, I swear if I. Me, grr. Careful. I am still the predator here out of us. Shigaraki, why are you here? Me, can't I just swing by to check on you? I see your arm did heal. Shigaraki, none of your business. Me, well I came here to give you some medicine. I really did. After I took the things yesterday I kinda felt bad for making holes into his flesh and decided to rob a certain flaming trash can's agency. He wouldn't miss a few things anyways. Now putting the medicine on the table, I turned around and started to leave. I really was only there to say hi to him. Me, I'll be on my way then. Just like that I left and went back to my den before shifting into a cheetah and run to the police station. The area was starting to get calmer ever after rumors about a certain big black cat aka feral was sighted in here. So in order to get some vigilante work done, I had to visit the police first, and here I was just casually walking to the police station and entering together with the next two police officers. Oh how I loved their faces. Police Officer 1, why is everyone looking at us like this? Police Officer 5, don't move. Police Officer 1, why? Police Officer 8, feral is behind you. Oh so they know my name. Good, that makes a lot of things easier. Me, mew. I let out a cute little noise before walking past them and following the scent of the noodle probably detective I meet when I found the kids. It didn't take me long to find the office and thankfully he was also in there. Me, mew. A loud mew informed him of my presence and he stopped in mid-track. Unfortunately, he was just about to drink some coffee and spilled it on himself as I started to get closer. He had the same reaction as everyone else and backed away. Chill. I am not here for you. Well, not yet at least. Besides, you might want to close your mouth now before a fly lands in there. All I want is something to do before I get bored out of my mind and start chasing all the villains out of their bases, and believe me, you don't want that. There were a couple of papers on the desk and to me they looked like important files. Not even waiting for an invitation, I grabbed them and turned around running out. Probably detective, hey. Come back. You can't take them. I can. And I did. Didn't you just see me do it? I just ran out of the building while the detective tried to chase after me. Just for that reason I didn't take off completely and decided to play with the detective a little bit. Once I was on the street, I waited for him to get out. Probably detective, get back here. Nope. Probably detective, feral, get back here. Be a good kitty. Did you say kitty? I am a human being and I can do what I want. Probably detective, I swear, where is that vigilante of your owner? Did he tell you to do that? Owner? Wait. Hold on. I don't have an owner. I am my own person. Why did you even think that I had an owner? Don't tell me you believe that rumor? Come on. You saw me with some clothing in my mouth. How did you get to that conclusion? I know there are a lot of different rumors out there, but seriously? Are you really believing that one that says feral is not one person but two? Just because I decided not to show myself as a shifter? I mean, I can't do anything about people confusing my normal human form with my cheetahs and think there are two. Come to think of it, no one should have even seen my human form. How did you get to the conclusion of two-person? I really want to know. But you know what? I had enough. This is mine and you can't do anything about it. Me, Mru. One last tries of the detective to get the paper out of my mouth and I bolted away into the darkness. Probably detective, hey. I swear if I get your owner. Good luck with that one. After I got all the papers I went to my own den and changed back, put my clothing on and started to spread all the papers around me looking at them. There were a lot of open cases but none of them looked very promising and entertaining, so I had a hard time deciding what to do. How are there so many papers? What is the police even doing? Like seriously? What are they doing just sitting there? Are they really only there for show or something? Are they getting paid to warm their chairs? Come on, you have a drug dealer in the southern part of this district. A killer on the run. A bank robber. A couple of people that went missing which were also quirkless. They are probably dead by now anyways, but still doesn't excuse that your people were not looking for them for 3 weeks now. Then you also have some minor crime scenes like a robbery with some dead people. Some people using their quirk in public. 5 people escaping a mental asylum. Someone trying to break into one. And a guy trying to rob a police station? The heck is going on with this district? Well, let's see. If I had to take one, I would go for the drug ring. While I was sitting there thinking about them, I felt a sudden presence and knew that Shigaraki came together with Kurogiri. I would be surprised if I couldn't sense them or smell the gross smell of decay. Me, due to what do I owe this pleasure of seeing you? Shigaraki. Better know where you are before you go and tell them our place. Me, you sure that you just don't miss me? Shigaraki, PFF. As if I would miss something as annoying as you. Me, oh, you do miss me. Kurogiri, we brought you some snacks over. Me, oh? What do you want from me in return? Shigaraki, a truce. Me, oh, so you do realize how dangerous I can be. That's a good decision and I am in. Shigaraki, we can't have you run a errand and tell the police about us. Me, and what is stopping me from doing it right now? Shigaraki, nothing, but I'll place my trust in you. You better not throw it away. Me, I didn't thought about it anyways. So truce, huh? Shigaraki, yes. Kurogiri, you got some paperwork going on here? Me, I stole some open files from the police station. Shigaraki, you went in there? Me, as a cheetah. Yes. Shigaraki, ha 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 ha, I would have loved to see their faces. Me, I also made the detective chase me, or I think he is a detective anyways. Kurogiri, who are you going after? Me, I am thinking about going after the drug dealer. Shigaraki, be careful with them. We got some information about their newest drug. Me, oh. Shigaraki, the drug that is going around force activates your quirk. Me, why would you want something like this? Shigaraki, for annoyance and torture. Me, you bought some before? Kurogiri, no. We don't associate with them, but they tried to get us to give them our formula of creating quirks. Me, wait. You can create quirks? Shigaraki, take them. Me, wait. What about the person then? Shigaraki, none of our business. Me, MHM. So lab rats? Shigaraki, how did you? Me, no. I heard you guys talking when you tried to capture me the first time. Still, why the truce? There must be something more going on. Shigaraki, sensei told me. Me, who's sensei? Shigaraki, all for one. Me, are you sure you are allowed to tell me that? Kurogiri, he specifically told us to invite you and recruit you instead of chasing. Me, oh. Huh. Did I ever meet the guy? I don't think so. I mean, I basically was only in my own white cell for my entire life. But if he really is all for one, then he probably can see everything what we are doing right now. I am sure he has his own ways of finding things out. He is also someone I don't want to mess with at all. Though I do wonder why he would be interested in me. Did Shigaraki tell him something useful? Maybe he told him about my attack or how I annoyed him. Yeah, probably complained about how there was no way for him to beat me at all. Me, is there a reason for that? Kurogiri, you are a good companion and a loyal one too. Me, loyal? They don't know that. I mean, I am a loyal person, but still. How do they know? Shigaraki, just you bringing some medics for us and breaking into an agency to get them is enough to show how much of a fitting member you would be. Wait. How do you know that? Not even the heroes know who did that? Sual for one has his ways getting information. Kurogiri, should I teleport you to the dealers? Shigaraki, you would also do us a huge favor getting rid of these scoundrels. They are starting to get annoying. Me, well, I am going after them next and no need. I enjoy a good hunt. Kurogiri, good luck then. Shigaraki, come back to us after you finished. Just like that, these two teleported away, leaving some food and clothing for them. They also looked as if they were my own size and not too big. It made me happy knowing I didn't need to babysit them, but I would miss messing with them. Who am I kidding? I would still go after them. No, I will go after them. But for now I put all the papers away and hid them before eating what they got me, and it was still warm. Now I really appreciated them wanting to make a truce with me because it was about some time now that I ate something, so I really appreciated it. I did get some old food from the street and took what I found as well as hunted some things. Well, more like birds I could get my hands on, and every single bit of food someone left outside or even take away from the delivery guy's hands. They all would freeze after seeing me, and I just felt free and took the food away. I needed it after all. After I ate the food they brought, I laid down and got my rest for the day until the moon came out again. Once the sun went down, I went on a hunt, and it didn't take me long to find the drug's scent. At first I was just running a errand until I smelled something weird. What is this? It's somewhat sweet but also sour. It does remind me of a lemon, but the sweet scent. Is that the scent of candy? No, that's not quite it. I can't wrap my mind around it. It is so weird. But it shouldn't be here. This is definitely the wrong area to smell like this. It didn't fit into the scene, and so I went out to check what the sweet and sour smell was. After approaching the building, I found out that the building was completely abandoned. It not only looked like this, but you can also smell the old scent of a building. However, that didn't stop me from picking up that scent in the air, and I followed it. There were a couple of people around a huge boxes. So here they are, huh? This was quite easy. I didn't even needed to ask Kurogiri and Shigaraki for help. Velp, now let's just deal with them. I went closer to them and tried to have a better look at how many people there really were. I didn't care about the people or their quirk since I was pretty confident in my own quirk. What worried me was that I would lose one, or they would call for reinforcements which could bust my cover, and then everyone would know who Feral really was. Okay. 1 point for me for finding them. But what now? I have some new clothes. On which are comfortable but no mask. But even if they needed to describe me to the police, they wouldn't be able to find me. Why not simply kill the lights? I mean, they can't report something they can't see. Yep. Let's do this. Oh, this will be fun. I can see their reaction right now. Oh, how much fun this will be. Let's go straight into it. Yup. Ready or not? Here I go. In order for them not to find out who Feral really was, I decided to get the light out. Since I was a fast runner, I had no problems running around and breaking all the light they brought with them. This was how the whole room started to get darker and darker. Villain 1, what the? Villain 2, shot. Just shot at them. Villain 3, they are too fast. What is this even? Villain 4, ah. Villain 2, Akane is down. It was quite fun running around making them chase and shot at something their own eyes couldn't follow in the dark. This is kinda fun. Let's get one down. Just like that I jumped out of the shadow and grabbed one of the guys before hitting a pressure point and making him droop. However, before that I scratched the guy to make him fall on his knees, hence the scream. After that I quickly jumped back again and started running around. I would have succeeded if not for one thing. There was a person with a telekinesis quirk. Villain 2, ha gotcha. Me? Let go of me. In one moment I was running around and in the other one I was up in the air struggling. Villain 2, ah, look at the cute ears and tails. Villain 3, a catboy. Cute, but unfortunately we need to get rid of you. Villain 2, understood. As I was running in circles previously, the guy now was also twirling me in circles up in the air, and after the third circle I was getting sick of it and used my aura and growl to intimidate him. Too bad I didn't think he would just drop his quirk control. Well, he did. Not only did he drop me at the wrong timing, but he also sent me flying towards the boxes and I crashed into them, breaking them. Me, cough cough cough. The moment I inhaled all the fine powder I immediately felt my body shift. I was covered in white powder and I felt weird. Huh? When did I shift? Wait. Damn it. I inhaled the drug. Force activating one's quirk. Well, I somehow feel very energetic. I wonder if this is part of the drug's effect. It's not bad. I guess. Vailp. They just signed their prison papers. Me, Mru. Grrrrrrrrrr. Villain 1, oh shit. Villain 2. Villain 6, you damn idiots. That's feral. Villain 3, run. They all seem to agree on this one as they immediately started dashing away. Me, Mru. Let the hunt begin. Ha 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 ha. You guys brought us over yourselves? Ah ha 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 ha. I will have so much fun. Now let's get out of these boxes first. It took me only a couple of minutes to get out of them before walking towards them. However, as any proud cat would do, I went down to the ground, looked at my prey and then started dashing at each one of them. Villain 1, please not me. Please not me. Please not me. Oh yes you. It was exactly that scream that made me go after that guy and made him fall to the ground before taking a bite off his costume, tearing a good portion out. The guy unfortunately ran out and for some forsaken reason I could already hear the sirens and all I did was keep the guys busy in here. This is honestly fun. Why didn't I go after these guys way earlier? They screamed and ran in circles trying to literally outrun a full-grown cheetah. Let's face it. There was no way they could even achieve that. So I jumped over them, duck when they threw things at me and punched on them, as well as use my teeth and claws at them when they tried to hurt me. The room was a complete mess when the police officers came in. Yoo. My favorite detective is here. I am pretty sure by the office he has that he is a detective. Well, not that I care anyways. Me, Mew. The moment I heard the police and the detective's voice, I stopped doing what I was currently doing and looked at him while I was sitting on a villain that was crying and bleeding. Villain 2, please get him off me. Me, grr. Villain 2, please just arrest me and get him off me. Detective, sign come here feral. The freaking hell. I am not a real cat. I am a human being. As if I would roam over like a pet cat. Me, HMPF. Detective, come here big kitty. Sansa, you sure that is a good idea, nya? Detective, you have a better one? Police officer, I do. Oh no you don't. The moment I saw the police officer pulling out his gun, I was already in the air on my way to him, and the moment I landed on him, he fell down backwards and had his hand with the gun protectively in front him. Needless to say that I bit him and growled at him too. Now here is the catch. I was still covered with the drug and so the guy's quirk activated. It was a rather funny quirk too, as he started glowing like a Christmas tree. Ah. Too bright. Way too bright. Gosh, what are you? A Christmas tree or a lamppost? Me, his hash. I started backing away as I also covered my eyes with a paw and laid down at a safe distance. Detective, get me some water. No one is getting close to Feral and no one is pulling a gun on him. I could hear some footsteps approaching me and instinctively started growling at them. However, the detective started talking and I knew that it was him that was also approaching me too. Detective, listen Feral. You are covered with a white substance. I would like to get it off you. Is this alright with you? Me, Mew. I kinda like being a cat, but to be honest I don't need that stuff to stay as a cat. My quirk overuse drawbacks is staying in my cheetah form for 3 days straight and I only overuses it when I shift a lot all of the sudden. So by activating my quirk I shifted and now I am stuck. It's not the cat thing that is my quirk but the shifting itself. Well, it will get me in a lot of problems if I stay covered, so get it off me. And thanks for offering me that. Once he was close to me I couldn't see him as I still covered my face from the glowing guy which was still in front of me. I could tell it since even with my eyes closed I could see red like as if I had closed eyes and would stare at the sun. Same feeling. The detective must have noticed because he put his trench coat over my face covering me. Detective, better? Me, Mew. Soon after that I felt water that was getting poured on me and I was so confused where it is coming from that I needed to look. It was another policeman that could make water from thin air since air had the compento in it after all. Always amazing to see others' quirk. Detective, you seem interested and exiting? You like baths? Me, HMPF. Oh please, as if I would be interested in a bath. Come on, who is? And what cat loves a good bath? I mean I don't mind it. Detective, K then maybe you are interested in quirks? Me, Mew. Yes, that one. Detective, I already thought so. Well then why didn't you ask that first? Detective, you certainly have a quirk seeing as you are this big and have a unusual fur color, but you might be close to something like Nezu? Something? Human. Look at your stupidness. I am a human too. Think. You really think that Feral is still a cheetah and an owner? Well, did you see the owner? And then you seem pretty stupid. No cheetah or cat in the world would act like a human or this close to one. If Andy say if they were not in a lab, but hey, where in the world do you get a cheetah in the city? I mean, besides having this as a quirk? Just a thought. It didn't take long for the detective to finally get the substance down from me and I did wanted to leave the site if not for the detective to stop me. Detective, and where do you think you are going, Feral? Me, Mew. Where does it look like? Home obviously. Detective, you are coming with us today? Oh no. I don't think that is a good idea. Detective, my treat. Me, Mew. Fine. I am curious what you have to aver. Did you really think I would be that stupid? Nope. I turned around after chirping at him and started to climb some boxes to jump through the open window. See ya. Once I was out I started running back to my own base, but I somehow felt like messing Warshigaraki and ended up going there instead. So, who's up for a little scare in the night? Yes. You guessed right. This big kitty here. I was really on my way there and I would have arrived by now if not for a certain thing that happened. Gosh. Why me? First I get thrown into a box of drugs and now this? This just to be some kind of sick joke. At least I am not alone. And you are also the least person I wanted to encounter. Aizawa's POV. Me, sigh. I really wished that today would be just a good day where I could take a night scroll without anything to happen on my patrol. Of course, something must happen. The nights never can stay silent and quiet for long. That is unless Feral is out in the same district. Personally, I never saw the wild beast of the night. All I knew about him was that he was more beast-like than human, or that was how the rumors go. Tsukuchi told me something different. He said it was a huge black cheetah and a person that are combined feral. Never saw them before, and if I do, I really would need to ask where the person got a cheetah. It was not as if we were in the middle of a city anyways. Bang bang. Some gunshots echoed through the night as I dodged and quickly apprehended the villain. It was a guy in his 30s that just tried to rob a jewelry window. Of course, the glass is not a normal one and was reinforced to hold up against villains that tried to break in with their quirks just like this guy. He had a gun with him and a power enhancement quirk which I immediately shut down. Me, sigh, you don't know when to give up, huh? I needed to blink, and as I did, the villain used this second to get free from me by throwing me against the wall while he used the scarf that was around him. It was a rather bold move of him to throw himself down to the ground and yanking me with him. Me, shit. Before I could activate my quirk again, he was already charging at me, and unfortunately for him, I was faster, but he also had his gun out again. Villain, say your last word, erg. Bang. Question mark, Murayu. As my scarf wrapped around the man, he stumbled backwards in surprise and fired up into the air. A painful scream of a wild cat echoed through the streets, and all I could see after making sure that the villain is knocked out, was a cat laying on the ground after hearing a loud thump. It's raining cats now. Sigh. That must be Feral or the cheetah anyways. Me, hey kitty. Feral, hiss. Me, I won't hurt you. Not gonna lie here. Approaching a huge-ass cheetah that was hissing and showing me its teeth was frightening. I didn't know if the cat would attack me any moment, but I could see the wound it got thanks to the villain and a bad timing. A bullet went right into his back leg, and as much as I could tell, it wasn't a clean shot, but the bullet was stuck in its hip. Now with that knowledge, I would have loved to do nothing more than to get that cheetah some help, but the moment I approached it, it already was back on its four paws. Me, you are hurt. Feral, mew. It sounded awfully like, you don't Me, let me at least get the bullet out before you go back to your owner. Feral, hiss. Me, sigh. I really wanted to get close to the cat and hug it, but something told me not to do it, especially that growling noise he was making. Me, Feral, listen, you won't get far with that leg of yours. As if to show me otherwise, he started running away, and I ended up chasing a black panther until I lost it. After that I went to Tsukuchi. He knew Feral, and I wanted to know more about the person as well as why there was a huge cheetah in the city and not a dog or a cat but a wild animal. In the end I went straight to the police station and towards Tsukuchi's office, where I found him with some coffee sitting and working on paperworks. Tsukuchi, want some coffee too? Me, you really have to ask? Tsukuchi, no. Without any further question he went past me as I went to sit down and screamed in the hallway for someone to get him some coffee pure black. Tsukuchi, why are you here? Me, Feral. Tsukuchi, what did the cat do? Me, got shot. Tsukuchi, sigh, I knew I should have tried to catch it when I had the opportunity to do so. Me, how tame is the cat? Tsukuchi, playful if you ask me. Me, did he ever bite you? Tsukuchi, not me but one of my officers who pulled a gun on him. Me, wrong decision. Tsukuchi, yup. Me, do you know the owner of the cat? Tsukuchi, nope, and the people we brought in today refused to tell us a thing about the cat. They were all too scared no matter what we did. Me, can I talk to them? Tsukuchi, believe me, we have someone with a nightmare quirk and they still refused and would rather die for some reason. Me, huh. Sounds like a problem. Tsukuchi, not really, since he is in our district and the crime rate dropped drastically ever since he appeared here. Me, so, you not going after them? Tsukuchi, nope. As long as Feral doesn't kill anyone he can stay. Me, I see. Tsukuchi, though the cheetah comes around sometimes. Me, in here? Tsukuchi, yes. It took a staple of papers with it and I chased after it. Feral really looked like it enjoyed the chase. Me, I see. Tsukuchi, you are not here for that, are you? Me, no. I am here because it got shot and it is a wild animal with a quirk. Tsukuchi, and? Me, where did it get from? There are no wild cheetahs around and I didn't hear of any labs and villains trying to create a murder machine. Tsukuchi, you got a point. We actually don't know. Seeing as how friendly the cat is, we thought that it was someone's pet. Me, so it got imported illegally. Tsukuchi, probably. We know about some places that sell such animals. Me, you mean the black market? Tsukuchi, yes, and we can't do anything about it besides watch over it. Me. I had the information I came for, and after drinking my coffee in one gulp, I went out to search for the cheetah. It was dangerous after all, leaving a hurt animal and a big one with what looked like an intelligent quirk outdoors. There was no telling what it could do when it is forced to fight in his injured state without an escape. I can't believe I got shot. I got freaking shot because of a racer head? How in the world is that even possible? Like, I get it if I was fighting this dude, but I wasn't. I was literally on my way back home. How? This is some kind of sick joke God pulled on me for sure. There is no way a bullet hit me while I just jumped from one building to another. No way. And how did it even hit my hip? I mean, yeah, sure, I was doing some tricks cause I feel energetic. Still, how? And I am even stuck and can't shift back. Not that I minded in the first place anyways. At first, I was running away at full speed since he tried to follow me, but it hurt like a bitch and I was starting to hiss with every step I did. In the end, I ended up limping back in a very slow manner. That was what I wanted to do, but I really needed to get past the love to get to my place, and they needed to be outside. Kurogiri, feral? Shigaraki, ha! Look who got shot. Me, hiss. Kurogiri, not the time to piss him even more off. Shigaraki, we told him to be careful. Me, grrrrrr. Kurogiri, come inside. I walked past them, ignoring the warp portal that opened the door for me or Shigaraki, who was laughing at the sight of a hurt cheetah. I'll flip this. You are lucky that I just sprinted and don't want to feel the pain again. I swear otherwise I would have attacked you by now. Kurogiri, and where do you think you are going? The warp gate on two legs teleported in front of me and didn't let me ghost past him at all cost. Me, Mew. Kurogiri, could it be that you got some of the drug on you? I nodded, and before I could do anything he teleported me to a room that looked like a lab. Oh hell no. Medical equipment was everywhere and I could smell a lot of blood and something else which I didn't know what it was and certainly didn't feel like finding out. Shigaraki, stay still or this will hurt even more. Kurogiri, I'll just get the bullet out so you can at least heal properly on your own. Me, Mew. Shigaraki, strap him if he doesn't want to stay still. Of course I didn't wanted to stay still, and so I did my best to escape, but in the end they managed to strap me down for Kurogiri to get the bullet out, and I was hissing and growling the whole time. Only after the bullet was out they let me go, and Kurogiri teleported Shigaraki and himself to a safe distance because I immediately tried to scratch and bite them. Shigaraki, was it that bad? Me, Mru. You were not shot. Don't look at me as if this was nothing. It hurts. And the freaking alcohol you poured on the wound doesn't make it any better. You just got lucky that I am tired and out of energy. Kurogiri, it had to be done. There was no way around this and you know it. Me, Mew. I know. Still doesn't change the fact that it hurt like a bitch. Shigaraki, I am really curious. What happened? Me, HMPF. As if you don't know. Besides, you guys were already waiting outside for me. I bet if I told you what happened. It's not as if you could get these straps just like that or that they were laying around. They are not even necessary if you want to strap a human down. Those are just for animals. And even if I told you, you wouldn't be able to understand me. Kurogiri, look at the bright side. You got the drug ring out of business. Shigaraki, which was a huge favor you did to us. Now how about we get you healed? He had a syringe in his hand, and the moment I saw them was the moment I was up and bolted past him with the speed of a cheetah plus some enhancements I had. I really hated syringes, especially ever after the mental hospital. They used to test a couple of things out on me. Needless to say that they never worked but hurt as and left me burning sick in my cell to die, but that was not the problem. The problem was that they were all beta medicines that they used on us, and I was sure whatever Shigaraki had in his hands was nothing you could get on the market. Oh hell nah. I am not your test subject. Go and get yourself another lab bunny. I am not doing this. Thanks for getting the bullet out, but that is enough. Now I should get back and get some sleep. This was just too much for me. Like really. A drug deal. Got thrown into boxes. Get a shining light post into my face. And get shot. Not the best day, but also not the worst since I am still alive. Once I was out of the base, I put a reminder in my head never to go to their basement and went to my own base where all the papers were still all over the place and laid right on top of them. Now is the time to rest since I wouldn't be able to shift back or use my speed to catch anyone. Which meant boring days to come. I woke up very sluggish, and the way how I felt, I knew I had a fever, but there was no helping it since there was no one I wanted to rely on. There was the option to go to the police office to be safe, but I would rather just stay where I was. However, fate had something else in mind. And you say Farrell was seen entering this building? Huh. The moment I heard a voice, my head picked up and I tried to listen into their conversation. One thing was for sure. I didn't know who was talking there. The voice belonged to someone I didn't know, and that was something I didn't like. I am telling you. Someone saw Farrell limping. It's now or never. But even if that beast is hurt, it still can kill us. Oh, how right you are. I won't only attack you, but I'll make sure you guys won't get to this idea ever again. There is only one thing we can do. Yeah, let's do this. Do what? Leave me alone? That would be the most logic thing to do if you already know that I could kill you. Now show. Let me sleep more. I was about to get back to sleep if not for the cracking sound that started to get louder. Is it getting hotter or is it just me? Sniff sniff. Flames. They put my freaking home in flames. Once I realized it, I was up and wide awake. Though once I tried to get up, I fell back down. My leg hurt way too much and I knew I wouldn't be able to run with it, but I didn't had thought. All I had to do was get to the roof and get to the other building. Seeing as the path downstairs was burning, there was really no other choice than to get up, and so I did my best and went upstairs as quickly as possible without irritating my leg. The moment I was up, I knew I had to run and jump from one building to the other. Not only that, but I could hear sirens heading my way. They probably are only here to put the fire out, but it would be still problematic if they found me, and so I started running and jumping from one roof to the other until I found myself heading to the police station. So, out of every place I could have gone to, I ended up here? They at least can help me, and the police officer didn't seem that bad. I got down from a building and entered the police station. This time I wasn't following anyone but just opened the door myself and went in. Police officer, sigh someone get Tsukuchi. Police officer, that freaking cheetah again. Detective, Farrell. Shoda already told me that you got shot, but what happened to you, buddy? It really didn't took long for the detective to come running to the front area where I was standing and having one leg in the air. It hurt too much to put the leg down at this point. Mew. I felt horrible and just wanted a place to stay where I could really relax, and seeing as the lab would probably give me something that comes straight from a lab, this was the most logic place where to go. They still thought I was just a wild animal anyways. Detective, come with me. Normally I would have done something by now, but I was just tired, and so I slowly followed the detective inside his office. There I watched him put a blanket on the floor for me and backed away. Detective, I'll get you some water. Like a house cat, I went to the place he put the blanket and laid down. The floor felt really cool and I appreciated being there. Not soon after I laid down, I fall asleep. Tsukuchi's POV. I still couldn't believe that Farrell just came in. Normally he would sneak up on us, but this time the cat just came in standing in the entrance area. If not for my officer calling me to see it, I wouldn't have believed them. After I got back to my office, I found the big cat asleep on the floor. Must have been tired, huh? There was a faint smell of smoke coming off him, but seeing as he was a helping pet to a vigilante, I didn't think a lot about it. That was until I got a call telling me they found a dead body in an abandoned warehouse that just burned down. This is too big of a coincidence. Not only that, but they found some remaining papers from our office. Those must be the one that you stole. Was that your owner? Is this why you came here? You lost your owner and don't know where to go? Me, I wish I could let you stay here, but that is not an option. Looking at the cat on the floor, I knew there was no other way than to ask my dear friend Aizawa to look over the cat. It was after all a vigilante's pet and needed a lot of exercise, not to mention that my wife would kill me if I brought back a cheetah home. Then there was also the fact that it was hurt and I didn't know what to do. In the end I gave Aizawa a call. Aizawa, did you find Feral? How did you know? Was my call that obvious? Or is this your sixth sense for cats in danger? Me, yes. Aizawa, where is the cat? Me, in my office sleeping. Aizawa, on my way. Just like that he ended the call. I was honestly surprised to see how fast he picked up my call and ended it. This was probably one of the shortest call I ever had with him. Me, you'll get some real help, Feral. Feral, mew. As if to answer me, the cat made some chirping noises that. It looked like it was sound asleep, but the timing was perfect. Aizawa's POV. The moment I heard about a cat and it being feral, I already knew what was going on and started heading out of my house. Zashi, show, where are you going? Me, Tsukuchi. Zashi, now? Before he could ask anything more, I was already out and in the car driving there. Not long after I arrived, I went in and saw the cheetah lying on the ground. Me, feral. Tsukuchi, yup. Me, his owner died? Tsukuchi, we found a dead body in the warehouse and we believe it is his owner after he escaped and came here dead, tired and out of energy. Me, poor thing. Tsukuchi, can you take him in? Me, you have to ask. Tsukuchi, thought so. I went over to the big cat and by now it should have reacted in any kind of way, but it didn't at all, and so I went closer until I crouched in front of it and touched it. The fur felt very soft, unlike what I expected, and even now the big cat didn't reacted at all. Not only that, but the animal felt very hot too. Me, feral has a fever. I'll bring the cat to RG. Tsukuchi, how in the world is the healer supposed to heal a cheetah? Me, why not? Tsukuchi, you sure you don't want to involve a vet? Me, you want me to explain how I got a huge cheetah with a quirk? Tsukuchi, good point. Without waiting any longer, I took the cat and carried it outside and placed it in the car. Since it was mine and Zashi's off day, I was sure that he wouldn't mind a cat with us. I would have loved nothing more as to go with the cat to RG, but at this hour there was no chance I would wake the healer up. I was not tired of living yet. So once I was in front of the door, I rang the bell since I was holding a cheetah. It was hard ringing the bell anyways. Zashi, did you forgot your K? Is that a cheetah? The moment my husband opened the door for me, his smile quickly morphed into an expression of shock, scaredness and just fascination. Me, yes, now move. Zashi, you are not bringing a cheetah inside. Me, yes I do. Zashi, where did you even get that cheetah from, and don't tell me you broke into a zoo. Me, feral. Zashi, that vigilante that got you more sleep? Me, yes that one. Feral is not one vigilante but a guy with a cheetah. They found the body of its owner and it also got shot because of me. Now move. My dear husband finally decided to move after I told him so, and once I went in, I put the cat in the guest room on the floor. Zashi, don't tell me we have a cheetah now? Me, yes we do. Zashi, for real? Me, yup. Zashi, fine by me as long as it doesn't kill us. Me, it won't. Zashi, do you know what it eats or anything about cheetahs? Me, nope. Zashi, looks like I'll be doing some research. He left me all one with the cheetah and all I could do for now was try to tend its wound as well as get some ice around it. The cat seemed to enjoy the coolness of it, and once I was sure that the big cat had everything it needed for the night, I went to my own room and left the room's door with the cheetah open. Something told me if I would lock the cat up that I would regret it. The next day in the morning I had RG over and she immediately examined the cat. RG, where in dear God's name did you find a cheetah? Zashi, on the street supposedly. Don't look at me like that. Me, that's feral and its owner died. RG, his owner died? Me, a boy huh? RG, yes, and you say that's feral? Looks like you got yourself some trouble. Zashi, ha, if you knew. Me, he needed help and he got shot because of me too. RG, well, the injury did get infected causing his fever, but give him a day of rest and this medication and he will be good in about 3 days. Me, got it. Zashi, anything else we should watch out? RG, he shouldn't be running around as much but he still needs some exercise, so for now try not to make feral run at full speed. Me, will do. RG, and let me guess, you want to bring the cat into UA with you? Me, yes. I expelled my cats anyways. RG, fine by me, but I wouldn't recommend it without warning Nezu first and without him to be awake. Zashi, show, how about you stay at home today and I try to get Nezu's permission? Me, you? Meet Nezu? Zashi, yes me. Me, you are scared of that rat. Zashi, excuse me, he is Satan himself. Me, sigh. Zashi, you know that I would do anything for you. So yes me. Me, if it doesn't bother you. Zashi, I'll help you take care of him anyway, so we might as well share the time with him. Me? I looked at him with a raised eyebrow. I just couldn't believe what he just said. He wanted to help me take care of a wild animal and would face the rat Satan himself to get permission to bring him with us. Me, you only want to hug him huh? That was the only explanation I could get to. Zashi, if he is staying here we should get along and that includes cuddles too. Me, I knew it. RG, sigh crazy cat lovers. I woke up in a rather fluffy environment. It was completely soft and I felt something cool below my chin. It was definitely warm and cozy and something that for sure was not possible in the police station office. Besides that, the air smelled like a mixture of coffee and cats. Cats? I am pretty sure that the cat officer didn't have this kind of smell. Come to think of it, this strong coffee smell kinda reminds me of Eraserhead. Ah. I don't care, it's pretty cozy. I want to stay here. I shifted my head away from the cold and curled up in a fluff ball. By now I clearly knew that I had some fluffy blankets around me and I loved their soft touch to my fur. However, the moment I moved my leg, I felt some pain coming from it but not much. Me, mew. Eraserhead, you like it huh? Me, mew. I let out a happy chirp as I snuggled into whatever I was laying on until I realized whose voice I just heard and my head immediately was up in the air and I was looking at Eraserhead. Okay. You are definitely the last person I expected to see. Wait. Where am I even? Eraserhead, it's okay, Furiel. Don't you it's okay me. How do you like being kidnapped? Huh? Look man or hobo whatever you prefer. I appreciate you helping me out and everything but this is going too far. I looked at the man as he looked at me and then I saw the yellow cat that he was holding in his hands. The cat looked a little bit frightened but it also at the same time totally fine in his hands. Seeing that made me a little bit confused and so I tilted my head at it. Eraserhead, this is Sunny, be nice to her. Me, mew. He put the cat down and I finally stood up and stretched myself before looking at the wound but all I could see was a bandage pad put on it. Eraserhead, I had someone come over and have a look at it. Me, mew. Eraserhead, I am sorry for your lost feral. My what? Dude. What are you even talking about? I put my head to the side and looked at him questionable and that was when Mike came into the room. Mike, oh good morning you two. So I brought you some coffee. Me, mew. I had nothing against a good morning and so I returned my own good morning to him as well. He also had something in his hand which smelled really good. Mike, oh, you want something? I slowly went towards him, but as slowly as I was walking over I was also keeping my elegant appearance as well as being overly cautious. Mike, was supposed to be my breakfast since show, doesn't it? But I guess you can have the bacon. After he gave Eraserhead the coffee, he took the bacon and threw it my way. Before the meat could even hit the floor, I caught it in midair and began saving the flavor. It really was some good stuff, and as I was licking my snoot wishing for more, the cat Sunny came over to me. Sunny, mew. Me, hiss. I didn't want her to come closer. She was a cat and I was still a human. Although I loved cats and animals, something told me that she wanted to have the other bacon that Mike put in front of my nose after I started lick my own mouth. Mike, have some more. I was regretting making so much for myself anyways. Well, in that case. Don't mind me. Mike, oh, and show, I got permission from Nezu to bring the cheetah with me. Eraserhead, you mean us? Mike, yeah. No. I mean me, since it's your day off, but yes, I mean us for the reference. Eraserhead, you want to take him with you? Mike, why not? Me, mew. Yes, why not? I got some good bacon from him. Besides, I could go for a walk to stretch out, or do you want me to make you chase me? Eraserhead, I don't like the way you look at me, Feral. You are certainly thinking about something bad. Take him with you and maybe have RG check on him now that he is awake. It's after all 3 days after she looked over him. Mike, yeah, will do. Did you hear, Feral? You're coming with me to UA. Please don't attack my class. Eraserhead, instead go for the hero course. They need the exercise as well as the experience. Me, mew. Got it. Oh, this will be fun. I am starting to think that to stay with you guys. Well, just until I can shift back. Mike, they do, but Vlad will hate me. Me, grr. Mike, well, he can't say anything to a cheetah. You are so right. Eraserhead, before you go, get our boy something to eat. Mike, you mean more than the bacon? Yes, more. Seriously. Give me more. Mike, well, come with me. I began following Mike out of the room, but not without Eraserhead trying to pet me. Since I was grateful for him having someone to check on me and also take me in while I was weak and feverish, I let him do so. It felt nice being petted anyway. It was something I didn't like to admit, but I loved getting hugged, and the moment Eraserhead let go of me, I stood on my back paws and gave him a hug, well, the best one I could do in a cheetah form. Mike, oh, look at the cuteness. Who would have thought that a cheetah would do something like this? Once I was back on my 4 paws, I went over to Mike and gave him a hug too, since he gave me some delicious bacon and was about to get me more food. He did as he told, and once we reached the kitchen of the house, I saw a bowl and he put some fresh meat in it. It was a steak and it was raw. All I did was sit there, look at it and then at him. You know. I hate to be a picky eater, but that's raw. I am not gonna eat something raw. You want to eat something raw? I used my snoot and made the bowl of food move towards Mike, and all he did was look at me. Mike, you don't like it? A shake of my head and the problem was resolved. Mike, why? Is it not fresh enough? Another shake. Mike, is it perhaps that you don't like to eat a bloody raw meat? A nod, and after that he quickly cooked it for me before putting the bowl down once again. Sunny started to come closer and it was obvious that she wanted to have something from my food. Me, grrrrrrrrr hiss. Mike, wow. 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 No one is gonna steal it. Sunny, come here. As I was about to eat the meat, I found a pill inside it, and since I was not dumb, I just ate everything around it and left the one piece of meat with it to the side. Mike saw it and looked at me as if I was the guilty one. Mike, Feral, this is some medics for your injury and the fever you had. Please just eat. Some meds, huh? There was no need to rethink my decision, as they both were sincere to me until now, and so I took the piece before we both went to the car and off we were to UA. I want to go after the class. Can we just go to class 1B? I just want to go there. Where are we even heading? I was walking besides Mike as we entered the building and everyone was just looking at us. Not long after we got in, we arrived in a room full with pro heroes and all I did was look at them before realizing that this must be the teacher's office. Oh, now we are talking about. Okay, who of these guys can actually figure out who I am? Well, I am famous after all. Midnight, Zashi, I don't want to freak you out but there is a cheetah right beside you. Me, hiss. Midnight. She immediately stepped back when she heard my hiss and I decided to play with her and dashed towards her, pouncing on her too. Once we're on the ground I could tell that she froze and I started cuddling and began rubbing my head against her cheek. Mike, looks like he likes you. Well, I don't have anything against her for sure. Or anyone particular in this room. Midnight, aw, isn't he cute? What's his name? Nezu, I assume that is feral? Mike, yes. Once I heard Nezu, I stopped and looked at him. At least someone who can figure out who I am. I mean, you are an animal. You should figure out that I am not an animal. Nezu, docile. Someone did handle you well. Me, HMPF. I let out something close to a sigh and went over to the rat. There was only one thing that came to my mind that I could do to make him realize who I was. Me, grrrrrrrr hiss. It was the same aura that I let out when we first met, and just as last time he froze up and nearly played dead in front of me if I didn't stop immediately. Mike, no. Bad boy. What? Am I a dog now? Do I look like I need someone holding me back? Seriously, I am not gonna hurt him, just jog some memories up. Nezu, it's alright. I am sure our little guest didn't want to attack me but instead remind me of something. Mike, are you sure? Me, Mew. Nezu, yes. Now how about we have a talk together? Mike, wait, you understand feral? Nezu, not at all, which I find very intriguing since I should be able to. Me, Mew? Nezu, you see, I can understand fellow animals but all I hear from you are growling, hissing and chirping noises. They don't make sense to me but I have a feeling I know what you mean and what the main messages are from them. Oh, so I am freaking special? At least you know that I am not an animal. How about you tell them to stop pestering me and treat me like one? Sounds that good to you? Nezu, Hizashi, you are welcome to bring him to school on a daily basis now. He is welcome here. Snipe, no way did he just agree to a cheetah on UA ground. Me, Mru? Got some freaking problems with that? I turned around and started to walk towards him as the man started backing away. Snipe, good cheetah. I am not food. All the while I could hear Nezu laugh as the man quickly jumped on a chair and saying, "Shosho, go away. I am not food. You wouldn't like me. I taste bad. Too much fat. I am not healthy for you." Now SHO. It was a hilarious sight but that was not what I really was after. Eraserhead told me to go and annoy Vlad King's class if I remembered correctly. So, I began looking around the room until I found the man that I was searching for and ran towards him, jumping on the desk he was working on. The moment I did that, my back leg started hurting and gave up. Me, Mru. A painful scream escaped my mouth. It caught the full attention of Mike, who was now walking towards me, and took me off the table. Apparently I was light as a feather, seeing how they picked me up like a normal cat. Something was truly wrong here. Mike, sigh, well, looks like we are heading to RG now. Nezu, you can leave him roaming around as he pleases. No one can escape this place that easily anymore after the little green bean escaped. Oh, is that a challenge? Nezu, feel free to try it out, feral. Oh, Itsu is a challenge. Wait. Is it good that he knows who I am? I mean, it's bad to have someone treat me like a normal human being instead of a huge-ass cat that could kill you. But feral is still my vigilante name. So he knows. Valp didn't expose me yet. Time to wreak as much havoc as I can until he exposes me. I wonder what the Lav is up to. May. Who cares as long as they don't hurt any innocent lives? I was being carried out of the room like a cat would be normally held, but I was actually having my front paws on his shoulder and looking behind him as he was walking. Mike, no running for you, feral, and don't jump. Your leg is still hurt. I know. I learned my lesson. He went into a room and then put me on a bed. I immediately knew that this was the infirmary, and an old lady which I already knew came over to me. RG, now you are bringing me a cat here? Mike, I got permission from Nezu? RG, if he's alright with it then so be it. After she examined my wound, she put some ointment on and let me get off the bed. Remembering the gummies that she had and smelling the sweet scent of it, I went towards the drawer and sat down looking at her. Mew. RG, you can smell it, huh? Remind me of that kid I had a while ago. That's because it's me. RG, I don't know if I should give you some, but here you go. She went to the drawer, gave me some gummies and petted my fur. RG, huh? It's softer than I thought. Mike, right. RG, well, better be careful with your leg, feral. Mew. After that, me and Mike went out of the room, and by the time we were in front of Class 1B, lessons had already started. Mike, you ready for this? Mew. Yes. Open the door. Come on, let me in. I want to know what these kids are capable, and I will be judge here. They can't be better than actually villains. I mean, I do hope that they are better, but I doubt that. Let's face it, they are all green behind their ears. No one has experienced anything good, well, that is, until now. I'm about to make their day, or more like ruin it. I don't care. I need excitement. And they really should get used to the unexpected after all. Mike, okay, remember, don't kill anyone and please don't get hurt. Just scare them and get out. Oh please. Who do you think I am? Get in, scare them. I'll do you one better. Just lean back and enjoy the show, or in this case their screams. Mew. Mike, can't wait anymore, huh? Well then go. This was finally the moment he opened the door for me to go in, and as small the opening was, I quickly went inside and began running at full speed towards Vault. I didn't care about my injury at all. Needless to say that I was too excited to even feel it. Vlad King, oh no. Oh yes. I jumped and knocked the teacher down before quickly jumping from one student desk to the other. They all moved back or leaned back. Some of them even fall out of their chair as I started growling and approaching them. Roar. Vlad King, don't injure the cheetah. Student 1, but what are we supposed to do? Vlad King, stay calm and collected and it won't attack you. Won't attack you, my ass. I am always up for some fun, so here we go. The moment he said that, I jumped at a student that had claws and ready to grab me and just bit him in his shoulder. My fangs began burrowing in his flesh very deeply, and all he did was scream and fall to the ground. Grrrrrrrrr. That for trying to grab me. It was only when I heard Vlad King coming over and every single student to move away towards the back of the class that I let go and turned towards the hero. The students were nothing special and they had zero experience with a sudden attack like this. Once I turned around, I was facing Vlad King and started hissing at him. It was a warning for him to come closer to me, as I felt like he would do something to me. Vlad King, now come here, you dumb kitten. Dumb? I am not dumb. You idiot really think I am dumb? Come here and let me show you how dumb I really am. Just like that, I went down to the ground and was about ready to dash at him like a cat approaching its prey. Vlad activated his quirk and I could see the strings of blood around him. There was no question that he wanted to catch me and detain me, but it wouldn't be that easy for Sue, and so all I did was quickly dash towards him, then move to the right and use a table to get into the air, attacking him from above. I had my claws out and my fangs ready to bear at his flesh, but luck was definitely on his side as the comm link of the school activated and Nezu's voice came ringing out of it. Nezu, Vlad King, stand down. Feral, this should be enough for today. Hizashi, I advise you to get Feral out of there. The door to the room opened and I used Vlad King like a jumping board to land on another desk. Mike, Feral. You're bleeding. Huh? What do you mean, I am bleeding? Oh, the blood around my snoot. That's not my blood. Mike came rushing towards me, but instead of grabbing my face, he went to my side and picked my back paw up. Shooting pain came the instant he touched it, and it was only then that I realized what was going on. The wound I had probably ripped open again. Mru hiss. Mike, yeah, hiss at me how much you like. Now come on. Let's get you to RG again. HMPF. Mike, do you want me to carry you? Hiss. Mike, then come on. Mew. Vlad King, what a pussy. Roar hiss. Mike, better not underestimate the cheetah. It is after all feral and worked with a vigilante. It can be a lot more dangerous than you think. Vlad King, yeah. Now get that thing out of my class. Mike was about to pick me up if not for me jumping off the table and dashing out of the room. The door was after all open and Nezu told me I was welcome to try to escape after all. So here I was running down the corridor trying not to put a lot of weight on my back leg as I was running down. Where to? Left or right? I am lost. Sniff. That smells so good. What is this? All of the sudden I could smell something which led me to the cafeteria of the school and the hero I heard so much about, lunch rush. Mew. I sat down close to the man that was working on food and he looked at me before turning back to cooking and then again at me. Lunch rush, huh? Where did you come from? You seem pretty cute and docile. Mru. Can I have some? Lunch rush, want some? Yes please. This smells godly. What are you even making? I wasn't really hungry but I never saw such food in my entire life, so I was really curious what it was. He cut off a piece of the crispy chicken and put it down for me on a plate. A bite from it and I was already in love with that. Lunch rush, do you like it? Mew. This tastes way better than it smells. This is awesome and more than that. Thank you. Lunch rush, that's a part of katsudon which I am currently preparing. You can have some of it later if you want to. Mew. Lunch rush, for a wild cheetah you are pretty friendly. That's because I am not a wild cheetah. I am a goddamn human. Nezu, why didn't you tell them? Are you enjoying this? But the food is good here. I'll stay here with you. After I decided that, I went to a corner of the kitchen which was pretty warm since it was near the oven and laid down. Sleepiness and drowsiness quickly overcame me and I ended up snoozing off. I was so nicely sleeping until the room started to get louder and louder, which woke me completely up. I was now in a kitchen exactly where I laid down, but it was really getting annoying. All these noises were coming from the front of the cafeteria. Mru. Arg. This is so loud. Lunch rush, oh you awake now? Yeah, how could I sleep with that noise? Mru. Lunch rush, did the noises here wake you up? What is going on here? Why is it louder than in a zoo? Is this some kind of pet store or something? Not even wild animals are behaving like this. And that is why I hate humans. Well, not all of them are. I would be a villain, not a vigilante. They are worse than chimpanzees. Lunch rush, sorry, I would love to give you something right now, but can you wait a little bit? Thanks, but I am not hungry. You really seem way too overworked. How can they not wait for food? I know it's to die for and all, but there is no need to fight for it. Thinking that they are overwhelming the poor guy who gave me some good food, I decided to step in and jump right on the counter next to lunch rush. Roar. Shut up. Seriously, what is wrong with you all? Can't you act like civilized people and not stupid animals going to get feed? You have brains. Use them. The moment I let out a roar, everyone screamed and backed away. That was when I remembered I still had some blood on my fur and paws. Oh well, not as if I killed someone anyways, and so I jumped down and started to approach the kids. Come on. Get a grip together. This is just blood. No need to faint. Student 1, stay away. I never attacked you, so calm down. I just want to get back to my sleep. Now act nice to lunch rush and be civilized. Another student immediately used their quirk on me, but they missed me with their air slash and all I did was pounce at them. Hey! How dare you attack me? All I wanted was to make you stop being so stupid like an animal. I never attacked you. Why attack me? You mammoth. Do you have some brain as to what happens when you attack a wild animal? No? Then let me teach you. Personally. As I landed on the student, I felt someone else grabbing me, but one look and I saw that they were some kind of plant-like thingy wrapped around me. I didn't like that one bit since it was preventing me from moving. Student 1, good call. Studnet 2, get some catnip for the huge cat. Studnet 3, are you sure this is a good idea? Me, Mru. Let me go. Let me freaking go. I swear if I get out of here I'll attack you for real. Just let me go before I get out of these things. Student 5, you sure? Studnet 4, I mean you can basically grow any plant when you touch the ground. Studnet 5, I do, but wouldn't that make the cat out of its mind? Student 3, it could also calm it down. Student 5, fine. I was let down on the ground, and the moment I landed on my forepaws, I smelt something that I quite could figure out, and it smelled really good. So I started to smell the floor below me. Student 2, finally it calmed down. After throwing myself on the ground and then rubbing whatever that thing is in me's fur, I was on cloud 9. However, someone decided to come closer to me and all I could see was some old employee of the hospital. I hated the guy and started to hiss. Student 1, maybe not the best idea. The hiss quickly evolved into a growl, and before I knew it, I ate the person standing closest to me and all hell broke loose in the whole cafeteria. Third POV. While Izuku lost himself completely to his own subconsciousness as well as his instinct, his fangs and claws began digging and ripping through skin and clothes. There was no stopping him at all. Not even the kid's quirk could stop the wild cheetah down. It all went down so fast, and it was Midnight who came in and used her quirk on everyone. Mike, oh god. What happened here? Midnight, your cat went out of control. Nezu, not quite it. They used catnip on him. Mike, that also works on cheetahs? Nezu, looks like it. RG, so how do we handle this? Should we get them to the infirmary, or do you want me to have the cheetah? Nezu, I would like it if you could have a look on each and every one here. I already noted their names down and will be talking to their teachers. Midnight, you mean Snipe and Power Layotter? Nezu, exactly. Mike, looks like I'll be carrying him to your office. Nezu, no. Mine. He will stand there. Mike, you sure? Nezu, yes. The students of my school hurt him and I would like to make it up to him. Midnight, you talk like the cat is a person. Nezu, it is. Mike, well, every animal has a soul after all. RG, I'll go over to your office later. Nezu, take your time. After that, Mike took Izuku and carried him towards Nezu's office. Once inside, Nezu made him go back to his class. Nezu, I am sorry what happened to you, Izuku. He then went to get something to wipe the blood of Izuku's fur and began cleaning the catnip away from him as well as all the blood. Once he was done and RG had a look over the cheetah, he put a blanket he had Midnight bring over the young kitten and decided to stay close to him while he was sleeping, making sure he would feel safe and sound. I felt pretty weird when I woke up. Me, grrr. Oh, my head hurts. What happened? Why does it smell like green tea? Nezu, you seem to be awake, Izuku. Me, mew. Kinda. But certainly not alive. Can you please shot me? God, does my head hurt. The moment I woke you, I had my head up and started looking around, but once I spotted Nezu right next to me and heard his voice, I immediately put my head back down and started to cover my ears. His voice came way too loud and my splitting headache wasn't making anything better. Nezu, whispering, I see. Let me get you something against your headache. Wait, how does he know? I didn't said anything about a headache. Me, HMPF. The chimera quickly grabbed some meds and came closer to me. There was also a bowl with water close to me. Seeing as I couldn't remember how I got in his office, there was only one explanation which I didn't quite liked. Someone knocked me out. Okay, who of these little monkeys knocked me out? I'm gonna chew him out. Me, grr. I slowly stood up, but the moment I did, somehow I felt very dizzy and disoriented, which made me fall back down. Nezu, slow down there, Izu. Me, mew. Nezu, you probably are thinking about what happened. I nodded in return and he told me everything and I was left buffed. Never did I know that catnip could have such effect on me, and the kids are really lucky that I didn't kill them. If me attacking them while I was being high was a problem, then imagine Nezu telling me about their punishment, and now I knew that they will for sure fear Nezu more than me. They were made to clean up Groot Beta, which was a huge area as he told me, and explained that they needed to clean everything by hand without their quirk's help. Not enough? Well, they also are suspended from school for a week for attacking an animal that didn't attack them and was rather docile, and got huge problems with their teachers too. Me, mew. Thank you. Nezu, no problem, kitten. By the way, you may shift back whenever you want. Me, mew. I looked down and just by my body reaction I knew that Nezu would get what I wanted to say. He was after all the most intelligent being on Earth. Nezu, you can't temporarily. Another nod coming from me. Nezu, I see. I assume it has something to do with the wound on your leg. This time I shook my head. That was pure bad luck. Like, come on. You seriously can't expect me to know that someone will be shooting a gun up into the sky while I was running and jumping over that alley. It sounds so ridiculous too. Like that is just bad luck. Nezu. Something with the drug ring then? How the hell do you know? Ah, wait. That's Nezu after all. He knows everything. I really should stop getting surprised by him. My sudden reaction of looking at him gave him everything he needed to know, and he also decided to pet me while offering me the bowl of water and then showed me the meds that were still in his paw. Nezu, here you go. I took them carefully as not to bite him or even injure him, and immediately drank some water too. The thirst was really getting to me by now. After that I stood up and started stretching a little bit. A blanket fell down from me and I saw that it was a really fluffy one too. You took care of me while I was out? Thank you. Nezu, you probably are hungry too. Shall we go to the cafeteria together? Me, mew. I went in front of him sidewise and nudged him to get on my back, which he did, and this was how we went out of his office. All students that saw us immediately backed away. A cheetah and a chimera, that was certainly a thing out of a nightmare. However, I enjoyed it quite a bit, and he also petted me the whole time he was on my back. Once we arrived at the cafeteria, I could smell the cleaning utensils that was used to cover up the scent of blood, but there still were bits and pieces lingering in the air. Nezu, lunch rush, could you make a steak medium raw? Me, mew. Nezu, medium? Me, HMPF. Nezu, one medium please. Lunch rush. Oh, it's the cheetah. Nezu, feral. That's his name. It's Izuku and you know it. Come to think of it, you only call me by my name when no one is around. Do you enjoy letting them in the blue or just the chaos that come after it? I am betting on the chaos. Nezu? Jumped down off my back and took the plate lunch rush gave him as well as a bowl of water and went towards a chair where he sat down. Before that he put the food on the ground right next to him, and what should I say? It is the best food ever. Nezu, no one is stealing it from you. You might want to slow down a bit. Me, hiss. It was only his paw that came closer to me while I was eating, and my animal instincts kicked in. My food after all. Nezu, I wish we found you sooner. What you must have endured the half a year. You certainly did make Tsukuchi and Eraserhead have a quiet night and let them rest more. Mike, there you are. I heard some footsteps coming closer, but I was too busy with my meat as to even look up or care who was just coming towards us if I already knew from the smell. It was Mike, and he only stopped right in front of the table just a couple of steps away from me. Mike, looks like you are enjoying Lunch Rush's godly cooking. You can say that twice. This is just way too good. Nezu, bring him tomorrow again and deliver him to my office. Mike, I would rather take him to my class and have him with me. Nezu, that was not a question. Mike, and I wasn't questioning you. He is mine and Sher's cat now. So our responsibility. Nezu, but he is an animal for now and thus will stay with me. Mike, for now? What are you talking about? We had our G-check on the little fella. He is a pure cheetah with an intelligent quirk. Nezu, if you say so. Mike, well anyways I want him to stay close to me and show. Nezu, he will but for now I would like him to be in my office with me. Mike, why? Nezu, is a rat not even able to enjoy some good company? Mike. Nezu, on your ways it is that or no coffee for your dear husband. Mike, that's torture and you will only get the beast out of him. Nezu, well then the choice shouldn't be that hard in this circumstances. Mike, fine. Nezu, looks like I'll be seeing you from now on my dear little kitten. As I just finished my steak I looked up liking my mouth and letting out a chirp not even knowing what was happening in front of me as the steak was way too good to even think about something else than the melting sensation of the meat in my mouth or the valve. After I was finished Mike took me home with him and Nezu patted my head when we parted. Mike, you did a lot of chaos today. I am just happy that the catnip wore off. Let's not tell Show about the catnip thing. Also remind me to never give you some. Okay? Me, Mew. Of course. Why would you give a cat some drugs anyways? God how I regret being high. That felt weird. After yesterday's chaos I decided to stay in the guest room and not sleep with the heroes in the same room like they wanted me to do. First of I was still a child and old enough to stay a room on my own which thank God was not white and secondly, I for sure was not so keen on being with them together watching them enjoy a lovely time together. No thank you. In the morning I got my food and I was greeted with some pets and hugs coming from Eraserhead and when the time came to go to school, I just laid down on the ground looking at them. Mike, come on. Eraserhead, nothing will happen this time. I am taking you with me. Me, Mew. Nope. I don't want to. Let me rest for a day. Come on. Let me just rest. I just want to stay home and not encounter that rat or any other human being. This drug's effect should wear off sometime soon. Can you let me stay at home and rest? Wait. Did I just say home? My God, what's wrong with me? This is not my home. I need to get back at Shigaraki and make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Mike, Feral, come on. We can also let Lunch Rush make you something. What am I? A cat? Do you really think you can bribe me with food? Eraserhead, sigh. Look, I don't want to go either but I promised to take over Vlad's class today because he has some urgent family thing to do. Not my problem. Besides, good luck dealing with these monkeys. UA. Is a zoo not a school? I am not going back in there. Mike, Show. What should we do? Eraserhead, is RG in the house? Mike, yes, she always is. Eraserhead, sigh. Good. With that he came closer to me and then picked me up as if it was nothing and was carrying me in his arms like a huge baby. What the? I don't like being carried like this. Put me down. Me, Mew. Eraserhead, no. Me, Mew. Eraserhead, no. Me, Mew. Eraserhead, nope. No matter how much you beg me, I won't put you down. Fine. Then deal with me. As I was thinking that I started purring and then snuggling against the hero who suddenly froze in place. How do you like that? Before he knew what was happening and looked at me, I booped my nose against his and then licked his face, which was a bad idea but I didn't care at all. Right after I did that the hero turned around and sat on the couch with me in his hands and lap, petting my stomach and giving me belly rubs. This is not what I wanted but I still like it. Eraserhead, we are staying today. Mike, SHO. You can't do that. Eraserhead, watch me. I saw him pick up his phone from his pocket while still petting me with one hand and as I was guessing he gave Nezu a call. As if I was guessing right, I could hear Nezu's voice coming from over the phone immediately. Nezu, yes, Aizawa. Oh, his name is Aizawa? I'll call him like that from now on. It's easier than Eraserhead. Eraserhead, find another teacher to babysit Vlad's class. Straight to the point, huh? I am pretty sure he won't accept this without a reason. Having a cheetah at home is probably not one of them. Nezu, feral I assume? Aizawa, yes. Nezu, fine by me. Take care of him. Aizawa, I will. Now I was left speechless looking at the hero. Aizawa, heard that. We are staying here, big boy. Me, hiss. Never call me big boy again. I am not a freaking pet. Mike, I don't think he likes being called that way. Aizawa, kitten? Me, grrr. Better but still no. Aizawa, fine. I'll use your name feral. Not really my real name but okay. Still my vigilante name so I am fine. Me, Mew. He then started petting me and rubbing my whiskers. He really seemed to enjoy his time petted and playing with my whiskers as well as my tail and fur. What amazed him the most were my paw pads. Aizawa, so soft. Yes. Yes. Get over it. You have a big cat and you can do nearly whatever you want with it like a huge plushie. Now get over it. You are a hero. And an adult. Get your grip together. Mike, well, I'll be going now. Anything I should get you back? Aizawa, nope. Mike, well, till later. The rest of the day we spent together playing. Like he would use his capture gear which he caught me once in as a cat toy and I would obviously chase after it because I wanted to make him happy. He after all took care of me, but to be quite honest I didn't quite like chasing after things, but the feathery toy was great. It was soft and by now I realized how much I had a thing for soft things. Besides that, all that matters was that Aizawa had fun and I got my sweet rest and was getting somewhat spoiled more than their cat. The cat hates me officially after today. I knew I needed to have a real cat fight with her later or tomorrow. Today I was just a nice relaxing day. It was sleeping on the floor when I suddenly felt something. If I didn't know it better I would say it felt like scratches. Leave me be, you stupid cat. Me, hiss. I just let out a warning as I turned into another director, but that freaking cat continued attacking me until I had enough and stood up. I swear you damn cat have zero brain. You just angered a big no huge cat. You think you can get out of this alive? Why couldn't you just leave me and sleep? I was dreaming something nice too. What's wrong with you? Me, grrrrrr. I let out my aura and looked at her as her fur was standing up and as she started backing away. Oh, look who's booking it now. Look at her. That can run. Well, I can run faster. She bolted out of the room and I did too. However, unless her, my paws were slipping a lot more on the floor and so instead of cutting the corner as I wanted it, I bumped into the next wall. Me, Mru. After. I went after her and it was just chaos. Once I found it burying to chase her around, I punched at her and managed to get her tail below my paw. She was trying to escape like a mouse would try to do while facing a cat. Me, Mew. I bit her and had her in my jaw unconsciously. I was being careful not to kill her though. Still didn't make it better since I had her blood around me and her fur was covered in it too. They were just scratched and maybe a small bite mark from nibbling on her. It was all for the scare and she needed to learn not to mess with me after all. As I had her in my mouth, the light in the room suddenly went on and both Aizawa as well as Mike were standing there. Their faces were completely pale and they had wide open eyes too. Mike, feral. Aizawa, no. Bad kitten. Me, Mew? I put her back down and she was like a lifeless body laying on the floor. Aizawa and Mike were carefully approaching me while I simply went towards them and rubbed myself against Aizawa's leg. See? No need to be scared of me. I don't attack people. Well, normally that is, but that cat didn't wanted it otherwise. She had to learn the hard way. Mike, she just fainted. I'll bring her to the vet tomorrow. Aizawa, I see. Mike, feral, did you play with her? Somewhat, yes. Me, Yawn. Aizawa, stay. I was about to leave if not for Aizawa telling me that and then going over to me and crouching in front of me. He then grabbed my snoot and touched the small scratch I had. It was hard seeing them with my black fur. For sure, but he managed to see them. Aizawa, did Sunny do this? Trying to escape his grip, I began backing away but he was holding my snoot tightly, not letting me escape at all. Needless to say that I didn't liked it at all. Me, grrrrrr. Aizawa, stay still. Mike, show, I don't think you should hold him like that. He was right. The moment I escaped his grip, I bit his hand. Aizawa didn't cry out loud or anything, all he did was stay still and look at me. I growled him as I bit into his hand until I could taste blood. That was the moment I stopped and removed my grip from him. After that I started licking his wound. Oh my god. I am so sorry. Why didn't you let me go when I told you to? This is what we have now. And my fangs buried in deep too. I am so sorry. I didn't mean it to. Aizawa, it's all right. Mike, show, we need to stop your bleeding. He put the cat down and went to his husband who in return only was petting my head and ruffling my fur. Aizawa, I challenged it anyways. Just like that he went to the first aid kit and began tending to his wound while I was keeping a close distance to him. I felt terrible and you could see it on me. The hero didn't blame me for what I did but I did it anyways. It was my fault for not having my animal instincts in check. While I was sitting right next to him and looking at my wound, he used a disinfection pad on my snoot. At first I thought he would boop me and let it be, but then he tapped on the scratch that I had on my face and I let out a screech because of the pain and backed away. What the hell? Why did you do it? Aizawa, pay back. Now come here and stay still. Wait, did you understand me? I tilted my head to the side and looked at him, questioning if he could understand me. It was probably very obvious since they both started laughing at me and forgetting about the cat. Mike, oh feral. It doesn't take to be a genius or a quirk to know what you are thinking right now. Aizawa, now come here. I did as he said and sat in front of him one more time, and he also tended to my small scratch even if they were just small. After that they went to the cat and inspected her wounds. It turned out I didn't do as much damage to her besides giving her a scare for life. Most of the scratched and the one bit mark that she had from me were not deep at all. It's just the movement of us running around that she got completely bloody, and of course I got too. Since that was the case they decided to give me a bath, but oh boy were they in for a ride. Oh heck no. No bath. No. I was trying to get away and only running around the table while Aizawa was chasing after me with his hand. At some point Mike also joined the chase and they were about to corner me. That was my end and I struggled, completely clawing at doors, walls, pretty much everything that I could get a hold of, and chirping in disagreement at his air while Aizawa was carrying me. Me, mew. No. Stop it. Put me down. Please. I don't want you to bath me. I am not a freaking cat. Let me go. Once he put me in the bathtub, I tried to escape it and jump out, but Aizawa was holding me down with his healthy and unscattered hand. Aizawa, don't be like this. Me, mew. Aizawa, don't be like this. Me, mew. Stop it. Let me out. All of the sudden he let the bathtub be filled with warm water, and that was when I started crying out. I didn't want it to be here at all. Me, mew. 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 Aizawa, shh. Everything will be okay. This is just a little bit of water. He started to wash me, putting some shampoo on my fur, and the water started to get bubbly, though my struggling didn't stop at all, and that was when I felt my body shift and the effect of the drug that wore off. It was the worst moment, but since I was stuck for days being a cheat, my quirk would force me to shift back into a human. Me, freaking stop that. Without any notice or anything I shifted back and splashed water at the hero. Needless to say he was surprised and backed away. His eyes were wide open and he fell down on his ass looking at me. Me, what? You never saw a human shift into an animal or something? It's not even that I didn't try to get away or tell you that I was not human. That freaking chimera knew and never told you. I swear I'll have to pluck a feather or two with Nezu. Aizawa, you. Me, yes. I am a human child. Now get out. I was sitting in the tub happy that there was somewhat some bubbles to cover me, but I was still angry. I wanted to get out of here and I wanted to be dry. Aizawa. Me, shish. Hello. Earth to Eraserhead. Aizawa, sigh, I am too old for this kind of surprises. Me, well, I am too young for this shit too. Now get out. Aizawa, sigh, I'll get you some clothes. They will be big though. Me, I don't care, just get out now. This is really getting embarrassing. Thankfully he now stood up and went out, telling me to get finished before going out. A couple of minutes later the door opened a little bit and he put the clothes down. Me, sigh. This really was surprising and the worst timing ever. Like, why did I needed to shift back in the bathtub at all? God, I want to disappear right now. I finished washing up and was about to get out if not for me slipping on the floor while getting out. With a loud thump I ended up on the floor with all the towels on me. Well, I tried to grab anything and so I kinda made the towels that were neatly packed on the side fell on top of me. Me, ah. The door opened and I saw Aizawa there. He seemed worried and as embarrassed as I was. I knew I had my cheetah's ears and tails out. Aizawa, you okay, kid? Me, ah. Do I look okay? Aizawa, you'll survive. Me, of course I will. Aizawa, need help? Me, no. Aizawa, I'll be waiting outside the door then. With that he left me alone and I needed some time until I got up and put the thing on he gave me. For some reason, I didn't manage to let my tail and ears vanish. Me, freaking drug. Looks like there is still some in my system. I was whispering that to myself while I got out of the bathroom. Aizawa was really there waiting for me, looking at me with his arms crossed. He also had an eyebrow raised up at me. Aizawa, drug? Me, no, I was just freaking thrown at a freaking box of drug, smashing it and covering me. If these guys were not already caught, I would have gone after them again by now. Aizawa, kitten? Me, what? Aizawa, explain everything. Me, do I need to? Aizawa, yes, A for you just bolted out of UA. Me, sigh. We both walked into the living room where Mike was. I still had the scratch on my face because of the cat and it was the moment Mike saw me that his eyes went wide too and he took a spit take. Apparently he was drinking some coffee earlier and the moment we came in. Mike, what in the? Me, don't give me that. Did you really thought there was a wild cheetah in the city? Did no one think that I could be a human with a damn unusual quirk? Mike. Aizawa, I knew it. Me, oh really, and who was petting me the other day? Aizawa. Mike, little listener. You were feral? Me, yup, always have been and always will be. Aizawa, how? Me, well, after spending so much time in a mental hospital, all that was keeping me safe was being feral and escaping them. No one knew that the collar didn't work at all on me. Aizawa, sigh. Mike, this is really the kid Nezu wanted to have us take care? Aizawa, yes. He is our problem kitten. Me, I am not a kitten. Since when do you call a huge wild cat a kitten? Aizawa, the moment I can pet it and play with its paw pads. Me, I knew it was a bad idea. Aizawa, you stuck with us now. Me, let's see about that. Mike, I'll get Nem to go and buy you some new clothes in the meantime. Why don't we all go to bed? It's already pretty late. Aizawa, Kite, you have the guest room. It's now your room. Me, make sure that that beast don't get into that room. Mike, you mean Sunny? Me, told ya beast. Aizawa, sigh. Mike, what did she do? Me, wake me up with a scratch. Like, come on dude. This cat is insane. Why would she even harm a larger cat that was even a predator? Aizawa, she won't after today. Me, I freaking hope so or she's dead meat next time. Mike. Oof, you even worse when someone wakes you up then show. Remind me to never do that. Me, no, just hate being woken up by pain. Aizawa, the cat did deserve it. Mike, somehow yes. I didn't know she was this stupid. Me, jealous. After that we all went to our rooms and went back to sleep. I was tired and my body felt very heavy after the shift. I knew that it was way too long that I stayed in my cheetah form. Now I could at least go and visit the love again. Aizawa's POV. The next morning, me and Zashi were both up very early. It was unusual for us to be up this early, but we needed to discuss things through. He was after all the kid that Nezu wanted us to adopt. The one that ran away from UA and the one that lived his whole life in a mental hospital. His past is dark and grim and I hated knowing it. Then there was the matter with his quirk and his second identity. Zashi, so what do we do? Me, I say keep him. Zashi, that's obvious. But you know he is part cheetah, right? Me, I do, and? Zashi, we have a cat. Me, we can have a cat room for Sunny and she won't be bothering him ever again. Zashi, after yesterday, I doubt that she will even come out and close to where he is. Me, you going to the vet today? Zashi, yeah. You take the little kitten with you to UA. Me, sure will. Zashi, come to think of it, he usually awakes by now. Me, I'll go and wake him up. Zashi, also go to RG later. She should have a look at your hand. Me, I will. He then gave me a quick kiss and went to get the cat books and Sunny to get her to the vet while I went to the cheetah's den or even lion's den. He sure was dangerous, but he was also a huge lovely cat that needs love. Me, kid, you awake? I knocked at the door but no response came out and so I slowly opened the door. There were things that I by now know about him. If he starts growling it was a warning. When he started hissing then he was about to attack and was more than willing to attack. So I was slowly opening the door listening out to the signs his inner cat was giving me. Nothing could be heard besides a soft breathing. Me, kitten? He was so fast asleep that I could get to the bed and sit on there petting his head. Me, kitten? Come on. Izuku, mew. Me, come kitten. We need to get UA. I was petting his very soft ears and hair. It felt really soft and compared to Sunny his fur was a lot softer too. I was sure that I was actually making him more sleepy than wake him up and after a little time I could hear some purring sounds mixed within his soft breathing. Me sigh but so cute. I hate to wake you up. Since I didn't wanted to wake him up at all, I decided to pick him up which he let me and didn't wake up. Then put him into the sleeping bag I usually am in and carried him out of the room into the car. This was how I drove to UA and placed him into my classroom where I didn't had any class members at all. He could relax there as much as he wanted and I could have a close eye on him while I was preparing some paper for Nezu. As I was sitting on the floor and petting the kitten's head, Nezu came in through the door. He looked at me and the kid and smiled. That was when I knew that he already knew who he was. Nezu, I see, he sifted back. Me, yes. Nezu, I am happy to see him this happy. He must be very tired for him to sleep this tight. Me, yes. Nezu, however you should let RG have a look at your hand. Me, it can wait. Nezu, let me guess, you fell in love with him? Me, he is my kitten now after all. Nezu, make him realize that too. Me, I will. Nezu, did he bite you? Me, yes. Did Zashi call you? Nezu, indeed he did. Me, sigh. Nezu, how about I get RG in here for you? Me, no, I'll go. Sigh, she wouldn't like it. Nezu, I'll stay here with him. Now go. I didn't want Izuku and Nezu in one room alone but there was no other way and so I petted him a little bit more before standing up and making my way to RG. She was pretty shocked seeing the wound and was angry at me to even have angered the kitten this much. I didn't know how but she was the opinion that he was a pretty tame house cat. Huge but tame. After that I went back to the room only to find Izuku gone. Me, the fuck. I was ready to run out and have a look around if I didn't heard screaming and some students running past me. Me, the fucking hell? Nezu? What are you doing with my kitten? Dreading whatever was laying in front of me, I quickly ran into the direction where everyone was running away from. I woke up in a sleeping bag and a classroom? What is going on? How did I even end up here? Me, yawn. Nezu, good morning my kitten. Me, morning, Chimera. Why are you here? No. Why am I here? Nezu, excellent question. Me, and the answer to them? Nezu, chaos. As you are officially now Aizawa's kid, you are welcome into UA, and since you never gone to any school, this will be your school as well as second home. A new home, huh? Home. Oh, how I long to have a place to call like this. I never imagined to have to at them at all. Me, thanks. Nezu, now, let's go to the support course. I had Power Loader create a costume for you so you could shift anytime and never be naked when you shift back. Me, that sounds awesome. Nezu, shall we? Me, we shall. I got out of the sleeping bag and was still in the oversized clothes Aizawa gave me, so I really appreciate a set of clothes that would fit me. Just like that, me and Nezu get out of the room while he was insisting to walk right next to me. We were actually scaring a lot of students and everything would have ended well if not for this idiot to have stepped on him tail while we suddenly stopped in front of Lord King who wanted something from Nezu. Me, Mru. How dare you? Can't you see that I was walking here? Are you blind? This hurt, you idiot. Without thinking twice, I grabbed the guy and had my nails out scratching him first before sidestepping to get to his back and then throwing him over my shoulder to the ground. Vlad tried to stop me but I ended up fighting Vlad and making him fly out of the window since I just tackled him and jumped kicking him against the open window and gone he was. Nezu, Izuku, calm down. In fact everyone stand back. I won't attack them if they don't attack me. So tell them to step back. This is getting ridiculous. The guy deserved it. Why did the hero had to attack me? I am not even a villain and a guest here. Nezu? Do something. Me, hiss. The students didn't react to Nezu and came extremely close to me saying I was a villain, which made Nezu angry. He was in fact so angry that he started scolding one while the other one attacked me, and so we all ended up in a fight. Me and Nezu fighting side by side against a couple of students while the other ones were running away. That was when I had enough and used my aura on everyone. Enough. Me, hiss. Aizawa, the fucking hell? Nezu? What are you doing with my kitten? The moment I heard him, I dropped my aura and looked at him with huge cat eyes and my tail in my hand. Oh shit. I think I bothered him. He looks angry. I don't think I ever seen him angry before at all. Me, it was my fault. Nezu, nonsense. You can't do anything for someone stepping on your tail. Aizawa, someone did what? Me, well, I attacked the person and here we are after that. Nezu, if you ask me, they deserved it. Aizawa, stop it. Did I get it right? Someone stepped on your tail? Me, yes. Aizawa, who? Me, the guy laying on the ground. Aizawa, this one? Me, yup. I watched Aizawa grabbing the base of the uniform around his neck and then dragging him towards the window and yeeted him out of it. I was left speechless looking at what just happened, dumbfounded. Nezu, you might want to close your mouth before a fly flies in. Me, are you even allowed to do this? Aizawa, no one's stopping me. Nezu, besides Vlad King should be down there to catch him anyways. Me, steal. You yeeted someone out of the window. Aizawa, more importantly, is your tail okay? Does it hurt? Me, no, I mean it does a little but it's okay. Aizawa, Nezu, where was O even trying to go with him? Nezu, to Power Layoder of course. I let him create a costume for him. Aizawa, sigh, and you couldn't wait for me to get back? Nezu, nope. Me? He sighed before walking over to me and then picking me up bridal style. Me, I can walk perfectly fine. Put me down. Aizawa, barefoot? Nope, not gonna happen. This was how he carried me to the support class and sat me down on the teacher's desk. Power Loader immediately came towards us with a collar and a bracelet. Power Loader, you had quite the tricky request, Nezu. He then gave to Nezu, who gave them to me and then ushered me to get to the bathroom and put it on. I really wasn't a fan of collars, but this one was loosely hanging around my neck, and once I put it on, something blackish green started to cover my entire body. It was liquid but at the same time not. Once the process was done, I had a complete black costume on that looked close to Hawk's black undercostume, only that mine was completely black and had green stripes on the side as well as dark green dots like the pattern of a cheetah. Once I went outside, I was had some jeans as well to just go with it. Me, thanks. Nezu, would you mind explaining the properties of this costume to him? Power Loader, I would be happy to. As you can see, this material is just in the experimental state, but I managed to make it stable enough to form a protective material over your entire body. Without the bracelets it won't work, so never put them down to expect for showering. Also, the material will help you in case things get dangerously hot or cold to regulate your body temperature as well as protect you from cuts. Me, so cool. Power Loader, right. Me, thanks. Aizawa, looks good on you. Nezu, good work. I'll make sure you get a pay raise for this month. Power Loader, yes. It was amazing how Aizawa decided to just adopt me, and for some reason he spoiled me. I knew he did, as he got me everything I could wish for and more, even if I never wanted it. He just decided to get the things and play stuff, saying every kid had something like this. Well, too bad I wasn't like every kid and didn't needed them at all. Rather than that, he got me something more fitting for my cheetah form. They were big play toys for cats, and for some reason I really enjoyed playing with them a lot. In the end, Aizawa decided to dedicate the basement they had for training purposes for myself and training. The room was literally filled with cat toys as well as training things. Still can't believe he would go as far as to get me all these. I mean, I was happy about the very soft and fluffy things in my room like the carpet or the blankets. I didn't really need more to be happy at all. But this is literally heaven. I get food every day. Have toys to play and a running wheel to go as fast as I wanted if I needed some exercise, and toys laying all around. To top that off, I had my very own petting time, which I am pretty sure is more for Dajawa to enjoy than myself. Still, he likes it, so I'll let him have his fun and enjoy it. Papamak also loves petting me. He makes really good steaks. Not as good as lunch rush, but still good meat. Nezu also loves riding on my back for whatever reason. Come to think of it, that's crazy, but I love it. I mean, who wouldn't? People are screaming and running away from us. Count me in for any kind of chaos. Nezu decided to pick me up as a personal student, since there was basically no school that really would be able to even keep up with me or get along with a cheetah. Velp, let's just say that Nezu, Dajawa and Papamak were way too scared to get me into a normal school. Can't blame them, really, since I was pretty wild after all. I do bite and scratch if being provoked. UA really is something else. All the teachers there feel like family. Even Vlad King. Arg, he is like the one uncle no one wants, so have it all, but he does care about me and his class. Or he learned from the fallout of the window. Who knows? RG is like a granny, always nice and having gummies with her. Midnight loves to spoil me, but I don't really like her touching me. I don't know why, but her hugs are definitely meant to kill someone. Snipe tried to get me to be his target while shooting practice once, but he missed and said I was the perfect target for training. Thank goodness Nezu came and shot him with his one paintball bullets. He's the crazy uncle, definitely. Power Loader is fun though. Best inventions ever. Like, I can blow stuff up. They can catch fire and they can also make black smoke. Oh, how I love being in his classroom. As if UA wasn't the best school already and I didn't get enough exercise already by chasing after Vlad's class when he lets me do it, or the running wheel in the basement. Dajawa also let me go on patrols with him in my cheetah form. He insists on that one since Tsukuchi doesn't know that I am the cheetah. He knows about a kid in the Yamazawa household and a cheetah but not that I am the same person. Aizawa really wanted to keep it a secret for my sake since I was a vigilante and it was against the law, though both he and Nezu knew that you can't really prevent me from shifting. It was somewhat natural for me and I needed to do it once a day or I would get really uncomfortable around people and attack them easier. Not to mention he'd be very aggravated too. Dada really loved taking me for a walk in the evening. Still don't get why he wants me to go with him on his patrols, but hey, it's an opportunity to run wild on a roof, so yeah, count me in. Plus I can attack people. The only thing I was not allowed was to go out alone. This was why I haven't seen the law for years and how they decided to enter me in UA hero course. Aizawa, kitten, please don't tear up the class immediately. Me, why? You want to expel them anyways. Aizawa, sigh because Nezu is yelling at me for this explicit reason. Me, but. Mike, how about you do this to my class? Me, you only want a year break. Mike, you did that to Sher's class last year. It's only fair. Me, fair point. The only reason Dajawa didn't had a class to teach last year was me. He said something about the line that he wanted to train me instead of this useless bunch of people, and shortly after that he brought me in as a cheetah and I kinda terrorized them to the point they left UA. So he didn't really expel them, but it was me scaring the shit out of them. Still Nezu didn't like that at all. Aizawa, no. If he does that again we will get a lawsuit. You know how close we escaped one only because of Nezu having enough blackmail material, and then the month with the reporters at Outneck trying to get a glimpse of the cheetah? Me, oh that was hella annoying. Mike, Izu better not do anything to my class. Me, Aizawa, sigh sorry kid. Me, so I need to wait outside just so I don't scare them? Aizawa, sigh yes, just until I get you. Me, but isn't it also my class? Aizawa, problem kitten, you would lash out on them in minutes. Me, you don't know that. Aizawa, I do. Remember last year when I put you inside to watch out on them? Me, hey, that's not my foul. Someone started making fun of me. Aizawa, well I know for a fact thanks to Nezu that I have an explosive kid in there. Me, explosive as in quirk or temper? Aizawa, both. Me, the heck? And why is such a terrorist even in a hero school then? Aizawa, did you just call someone being a terrorist just because of their quirk? Me, maybe, but prove me wrong. Aizawa, sigh just say outside. Me, fine. Just like that we got to class 1A and Aizawa went inside. I on the other hand waited outside for him. He told me to do that and his reasons were pretty reasonable. Last year when I was in one class, when I was put in another class before leashing out on Aizawa's, I kind started a fight, but they started calling me a pussycat. Nope, not on my watch. 8 seconds passed and the door opened. This was how I was invited inside. Question mark, is he the one we shouldn't anger? Me, if you wish to lose a body part then go for it. Aizawa, sigh kitten, we are not gonna do that. Question mark, kitten? Question mark, oh can I call you kitten too? Me, grrrrrr. Aizawa, sigh no. Everyone please introduce themselves. Kitten, you start. Me, I'm Izuku Aizawa, quirk. Well, I can turn into a cheetah and I am part cheetah, so I react as one sometimes. Don't call me ever kitten or find out what I'll do to you. After I introduced myself everyone else did too and I went to sit behind this dandelion guy. He looked angry and pissed, but I can feel how he felt. It was my instincts telling me to not touch him or it would end in a bad way, and I didn't wanted to make any problems to Aizawa at all. Aizawa, now everyone get your outfits and come down to ground beta. Mina, where is that? Me, I'll show you the way. Since I didn't need an uniform for a reason, I waited outside, then showed them to the changing room, again waited outside and brought them to ground beta. Me, don't look at me like that, Dajawa. They needed the time and I didn't do anything. Aizawa, Saizu, you know the drill. Me, I do, but I would rather play catch. Aizawa, not now. Later. Me, fine. I went over while he started explaining and took the ball from him. What he was about to was test the class, but I had another idea and he knew it very well. So when I shifted and turned back, I went sprinting at Aizawa. He had some fake blood on him too. Not my idea. But sure seems like fun. Oh Nezu? You only said we were not allowed to harm the kids and not each other. And Power Loader, you are the best for making this come true. While I pounced on Aizawa, I made sure to only bare my fangs at the blood bags he had below his costume, and so we made a scene. The reason was simple. Aizawa said he wanted to make sure that his class was worth it, and I just wanted to mess with them. So I was staring through his costume while he was screaming and playing the victim. Nearly all of Class 1A just stood there since I was emitting this aura of death, but there was this one great guy who ran away and two of them who actually went on attacking me. They were way too slow, and so I jumped away making a chirping noise. Bakugo, shiny. Shoto, get yourself together Izuku. While I was starting to easily dodge every attack, Aizawa stood up and began to get rid of the now empty blood bags, throwing them on the ground. Come on. Do something. I am getting chased here. Dajawa, please. If you don't want me to attack them, you better come over here and save them from me. Me, hiss. Aizawa, pfffff. Oh, so this is funny for you, huh? Very amusing. Well then I guess I am allowed to attack them. Thinking that, I stopped backing away and started to play them against each other. That meant I somehow managed Bakugo to blast Todoroki while Todoroki froze Bakugo, and I just simply went to Aizawa and let him pet my fur. Aizawa, enough. Izu, get the blood of you, and as for everyone else, you passed except Mineta. He will be expelled. Me, Mew. Aizawa, you've done great, problem kitten. Oh, why thank you. You also enjoyed this way too much. I wonder what Hound Dog or Nezu will say. They won't get mad at me since they are already used to it, but you are a different story, Dajawa. Mina, wait, what? Bakugo, was this his fucking show? Aizawa, a test. Ida, sir, this is not very heroic. Aizawa, neither are villains. If I was a villain, you all were dead by now. This should be a lesson for you. Besides, I didn't harm him, so chill. Momo, so you tested our resolve. Aizawa, in some sense yes. Denki, wait, should we fail then? We didn't do a thing. Aizawa, no, you see, the bloody aura Izuku can emit as a cheetah lets his opponents freeze, and depending on their strength this will either be for seconds or minutes. It is not surprising that you couldn't move at all. However, if you would have run away, then things would have looked different. True. I can make your instincts kick in, and that little guy thought running away would be better than freezing. Freezing isn't the best, but still better than a hero running away from a situation. Sue, should we help him get rid of the blood, Ribbit? Aizawa, no. No way in hell am I letting someone touch me. There are only certain people allowed to do it, and you guys are not one of them. Now get to work. Me, hiss. Aizawa, no. Now line up. I'll explain the purpose of the exercises. Just like that, I left my father with the class and went for the showers we had in the changing room. A foe's POV. It was quite a while I heard of Pharaoh last time. Truthfully speaking, I only made Shigaraki go after the cheetah because of the future-telling quirk I have. I saw a future where that cheetah destroyed us all, and right after I made Shigaraki approach him, it changed. There was no longer my death or his in it. I instead saw us all together being happy. It didn't sound bad being happy. I was lonely for far too long. Though we had a mission to change the world, and so this mission took priority. If he wouldn't be a hindrance, then everything would have looked different. It's as simple as getting rid of him. Even turning him into a Nomu will end in our death. The only option is to make him feel as if he was one of us. If the heroes only never got him first. A happy future for us all. It doesn't sound that bad. I am sick of getting chased by heroes. It really would be nice just being able to relax. However, as long as that hero is out there, I can't do it. He framed me for being the villain even though he attacked me first. All I ever wanted was peace, but he needed to create the #1 villain. As of recently though, I could hear some rumors about a certain underground hero with a cheetah. Shiggy, sensei. If that's feral, then let me get him back. Me, it is not the time. Shiggy, you saying this for a year now. When is the time to get him back to us? Me, soon. Shiggy, why wait then? Me, Sai my son, we have a mission we can't just leave aside. Shiggy, you mean getting rid of the false hope? Me, that is correct. Shiggy, then why are we waiting? Me, I told you last time about the Nomus, right? Shiggy, yes, and until now they failed. Me, as of now there is one that survived th7 quirks. Shiggy, so we have one finished then? Me, not completely. It must be trained but soon. Shiggy, I see. Soon we will bring the little kitten back. Me, we will, and we also will get All Might down from his position. Kurogiri, if I may interrupt, but how do you plan on getting the kid back? He is in UA and lives with 2 heroes. Me, you did fine watching over him, but there is no need to question that. We are villains after all. We will make an opportunity. Kurogiri, I see. Me, any other concerns I should know of? Kurogiri, no. Shiggy, do you think he will come with us out of his free will? Me, he will. He has a good heart. Kurogiri, still being a cheetah. Me, you know. There is nothing wrong with being a little bit wild. Shiggy, nope. Kurogiri, I already prepared a room for him. Shiggy, sensei, can I see the Nomu? I want to make sure when I get him out of there that nothing will stop me. Me, Kurogiri, bring him there. Kurogiri, as you wish, master. Just like that he disappeared and I was left alone again. There was a good reason for us being villains. My brother Toshinori hated me for my quirk, and so he decided I needed to be the villain. He himself isn't very hero-like at all. Why did you made me a villain, brother? I would have gone through hell and back for you if you asked me for. Why did you need to turn your back to your sensei? You were once quirkless and got the quirk from her. Was it wrong offering you a quirk? Did I make you a monster? Why would you change so much? Did the quirk corrupt you? Oh brother, all I wanted was to live with you in peace. Never did I imagine to stand on the opposite side of you fighting against you. Why would you do this to me? Don't you care about family? Why did you then kill her and told everyone that I did it? Tomura is her son. And you left the poor kid to suffer. He was still a child and watched everything happening as his mother was killed by her own student. Never did anyone see it coming, and I was there because he asked me to be there. In the end I took Tomura and booked it out of there. Something changed in my brother when he got the quirk. I never understood why or what it was, but I knew it for certain. I lost the person I loved so dearly in the world to a quirk he so desired. Now I needed to stop him before he did something he shouldn't do. Today was the first time we had All Might, and from what I heard from him in the dark, he wasn't a hero. I knew stories about him where people say he deliberately made them look like the evil person. Though I never had problems with him personally, nor did I ever meet him. His own reputation was not the brightest, and I certainly never wanted to meet him. I was sitting on my place waiting for the class to start and laying on my own table since I was a little bit tired from the running this morning. For some reason Dajawa woke me up and then decided we needed to make a practice session and just made me run to the beach and then down the beach for an hour and then all the way back. In the end I had like 3 hours of running around with him. All Might, I am he. Me, shut up. All Might, walking in like a normal person. Me, normal like hell. Who just destroys the door to walk in. All Might, young man. You better sit back down and stop raising your voice at me. Me, I am not scared of you. All Might, you better should be. Me, why? What do you want to do? Grrrrrrr. All Might, I see. You are that dumb cheetah boy. Me, did you just call me dumb? It was that moment that I released my deadly aura, and it was also that moment that he used his quirk against me. Too bad for him that I was fast myself and managed to successfully jump on the hand he tried to use as to grab me. Me, You wouldn't harm a student now, would you? All Might, you are not a student here. You are a fucking villain. Me, says the villain in front of me. The anger was radiating off him and something felt wrong around him. What's wrong with this dude? Why did he suddenly attack me? I never attacked him. He was just so goddamn loud. Besides, I am giving Aizawa the fault for not letting me sleep longer. This is what you get for having a cat that is sleep deprived? Why did he even made me run for 3 hours? Now as I was on his hand, I made a black flip on the next chair and looked at All Might, who was fumming at this point. Me, chill. I am a student like everyone else and you just had to walk in like a crazy person. All Might, like heck you are. I know who you are. Me, a villain? All Might, oh so he knows? Me, listen, my name is Izuku Aizawa. I am Eraserhead's adopted child. You calling his child a villain? All Might, I don't fucking give a shit who you are. He suddenly came right at me, smashing the desk where I was standing. As a configo if I didn't jump away. Me, Ida, go get my dad. Something was wrong. This guy was a lunatic. Nothing made sense. Yes, I was grumpy, but this was not the solution, nor was it a way for a teacher to act about a sassy student. I jumped backwards, shifting into my cheetah from. My class was now also trying to talk some sense into All Might, who still refused to listen and just attacked me. All the while I was jumping away, avoiding any blow of him until I had enough. It was also the moment Bakugo stepped in and tried to blast All Might to distract him so that I could get away. Huh. Never thought that guy had a thing for cats. He does have a soft side then. However, the moment he did that, All Might just threw him against the window, which broke, yeeting him out. Me, Mru. Seeing as I didn't wanted something to happen to him, I went jumping after him. Cats do land on their feet and so do giant cheetahs. Thankfully I managed to make him grab onto me and landed safely, well almost as the hero decided to still go after me. Me, Mru. Now with a student on my back, I was running full speed away from the lunatic hero. I for sure gave him a run for his money. Bakugo was holding tightly on my fur and I could tell that he was burying his face into my fur. Hold on tightly. I was running as fast as I could and All Might couldn't catch me no matter how hard he tried, and then all of the sudden a gush of wind threw me off guard, and if Aizawa didn't throw his scarf around me, if it didn't wrap around my paw at that time, me and Bakugo would have been knocked out by hitting the wall behind us. Aizawa, stand down now. All Might, no one is telling me what to do. My dad was using his quirk on All Might while Midnight and Vlad King did too. They all had him pinned down and it was Mike and RG who came at us. RG, are you two okay? Me, Mew. Mike, Bakugo, you can come down now. Me, Mew. Bakugo, thanks and sorry. It was only now that he let go and everyone else from Class 1A came to us while I changed back. Me, no problem, and thanks to you all for trying to stop him. Ida, I immediately got to the teacher's office as you told me. Me, it was a good call. Uraka, I can't believe he just attacked you. Mina, or called you a villain. Denki, he just threw Bakugo out the window himself. Kaminari, bro, that was so uncool. Me, you mean villainous? RG, wait. He threw you out of the window? Me, not me. I jumped out myself. Mike, you did what? Me, I jumped out as a cheetah to save him. Now I pointed at Bakugo and talked slowly so that everyone could follow me. I knew they were not happy about it, but it did make it better telling them that I was a cheetah. I saw Nezu coming out and then telling us all to go home as class were cancelled. Everyone did go home, well everyone besides me anyway, since my second home was UA, and this was how I got to stay and listen to the interrogation which was about to happen. Third POV. Thanks to Izuku being accepted into the UA staff like a son even for Vlad King, All Might was quickly apprehended and put into an interrogation cell by Nezu's order. It was one of the most secure rooms under Goern UA. Naturally Izuku told everyone what happened to the way to the room. Nezu, in the end he attacked you. Vlad King, I say we torture him. Izuku, really? Snipe, I am with you. Izuku. Hound dog, that's normal pup. Izuku, I am certainly not a pup. If anything then a kitten. Mike, he finally admitted it. Aizawa, told you my little problem kitten. Izuku, sigh, I shouldn't have said that. I'll definitely regret it. RG, so who's going inside? Aizawa, let me go and polish the hero's mind up. Izuku, nope. Dajawa you staying here. I am pretty sure you will harm him or even kill him. Same to you Nezu? Midnight, how about me? RG, as if you don't want to just slap the guy unconscious. Midnight, it was worth a try. Power loader, should I? Snipe, you want to harm him as much as we do. Vlad King, okay enough. We all see Izuku as a son after the last year. This was the moment everyone shut up and started looking at Izuku. It was clear to them that if they would go inside their parental instinct would kick in. They spent the last year and more with Izuku each and every days. They learned to accept him and his weirdness as well as craziness. Izuku, why are you all looking at me like that? Nezu, I am sure you can figure it out kitten. Izuku, nah. No. Nada. Aizawa, as you said problem kitten, we would harm the guy. Hound dog, you didn't however. Izuku, he called me a villain. Why do you think he would tell me anything? Tsukuchi, that's why I am here for. All of the sudden the detective came in declaring this. It was Nezu who ordered the guy to come here immediately and leave everything aside. To be honest though, the poor detective didn't had a choice at all. Izuku, oh hello Tsuki. Tsukuchi, do I know him? Aizawa, this is my son. Izuku, come on don't you? Aizawa, kitten. Izuku, oh right. Tsukuchi, I would be happy if you stop calling me by that. Izuku, then doc it is. Tsukuchi, Sai is your son always like this? Aizawa, stubborn? Mike, cat-like? Yes he is. Izuku, well we have something to do, don't we? Just like that Izuku and the detective went to the room where All Might was in while the others were watching everything what was happening from the next room through the tinted glass. Izuku, oh look who we have here Tilda. All Might, I'll gladly end your evil doing. Tsukuchi, why do you think he is evil? All Might, he is a fucking villain. Tsukuchi, he is Aizawa's son, a hero's son. Why do you think he is a villain? All Might, I can see one when they are in front of me. Izuku, is this why you killed people in the dark? All Might, I've never killed people. Tsukuchi, let's try this again. You know my quirk and I know that you just lied. Izuku, let me jog your memory up. You killed a man in a warehouse that was only there to paint a wall. You called him a villain or so the rumors go. Tsukuchi, where did you even heard that rumor? Izuku, I am not the one you should question now. Tsukuchi, true that. Answer the kid. I would also like to know why. All Might, he was a fucking villain. Tsukuchi, who told you so? All Might, I know it. Izuku, grrrrrrrrrrr. All Might, see he is a fucking villain. Tsukuchi, calm down Izuku. Izuku, HMPF. Calling me a villain when he killed innocent people. All Might, no one was innocent. Tsukuchi, what do you mean? All Might, I saw the blood on them like I can see the blood around you. Izuku, huh? What's that supposed to mean? Tsukuchi, you can see blood? All Might, the blood of all the victims they killed. I can hear them begging me to revenge their deaths. Izuku, I think the poor man went crazy. Tsukuchi, All Might, since when were you able to hear them? Izuku, how about he is a psychopathic lunatic? All Might, TSK. Watch your mouth villain. Tsukuchi, Izuku, please. I am trying to figure something out. Izuku, oh now I am the bad one here. He started killing ever since he was a UA student, or the rumors go that far at least. All Might, that's right. Ever since I got my talent. Izuku. Wait. You mean your quirk? Can a quirk even do that? Tsukuchi, I see. We are done here. Izuku, wait. Why? What's happening with him now? Tsukuchi, let's get out of here for now. Izuku, oh man. All Might, one day you will see what a fucking villain he is. You will come back begging to me to help you get rid of that little demon. Just like that, Izuku and Tsukuchi went out of the room back to the rest of the teachers. They all knew about All Might's past and how he got the quirk. It was also thanks to Izuku's hint that the rumors go that way back that they could connect the dots. It seemed as if the quirk he received corrupted him, making him go crazy, as it was rejecting him in some way. That was what Nezu came up with. He knew that if Ofa would really reject All Might, then that would mean his death, but since the previous owner was dead and there was no successor, it looked as if Ofa was trying to self-preserve itself by limiting the access All Might has to it and also creating illusions. His powers were shrinking and were certainly not the same as when his sensei was alive, showing him the right way. That was the only conclusion that possible. Izuku, okay. So the quirk corrupted him. What do we do with him? Aizawa, we? Mike, you do nothing. Nezu, he will be transferred to Tartarus private section as his quirk is still strong even if he has limited access to it. I will be making sure he won't be able to escape and be there in their mentally ill section. Tsukuchi, how about quirk suppression cuffs or collar? Power loader, wouldn't work on him completely. Izuku, then what about finding a new successor? RG, how about you? Izuku, nope. I am fine with my quirk and don't need something that crazy, thank you very much. Vlad King, didn't Sir Nightai dote on Mario for a long time and come visit him a lot? Nezu, he did, with the intention of having him as the next successor, only that All Might never wanted to give it up. Izuku, perfect, then let's give it to him. Nezu, I'll see to it as well. Aizawa, sigh, what a troublesome day. Izuku, which calls for pizza. How about we all order some and relax in the teacher's office? Tsuki, you are more than welcome to stay too. Tsukuchi, sigh, you really don't want to stop calling me that? Izuku, nope. We also have great coffee. Tsukuchi, it won't bother staying a little longer. This was how Izuku got everyone to go to the teacher's office, order some good pizza and let All Might think about his mistakes in a safe room he couldn't escape no matter how hard he tried. Nezu POV. It was unusual to see a hero end up this way. However, it was the fact that a quirk corrupted that man that got me very interested in him. Right after the interrogation, I did let my own contacts play and got him into a safe room in Tartarus. He was too dangerous to be outside on his own, and it did prove to be difficult to have his quirk get cancelled by quirk suppression cuffs, bracelets or collars. A while passed after I got him in there, and I was getting calls from Sir Nightai every single day after that. Today was no exception at all, and so I got a call while I was sipping on my dear old and good friend my teacup. Me, yes Nightai, what can I do for you? Nightai, you know exactly what I want. Me, yes, I do, and I told you to be patient. Nightai, why? Why don't you let me talk to him? Me, I fear he is not in the current mind to be able to talk properly. Nightai, Nezu? Me, yes? That is my name. Nightai, you goddamn rat. What is going on? Me, how about you visit me in person instead of calling me? Nightai, I am busy with my agency at the moment. Me, and I am busy leading my school. If there is nothing more, then I would say have a nice day. Nightai, no. Don't you dare cancel the call again. Me, oh, and why not? There is not reason to keep on talking with you. You really need to annoy me. This is the 66th time you are calling me this week. I already told you all you have to know. You also have a future telling quirk. I do not understand what's the problem with you. All Might is no longer mentally stable enough to be a hero. I let Hush's license get revoked and told you the reason. Why in the world do you need to know more? I also told you that we will have his quirk be transferred to Mirio. You out of every people should be happy about it. You wanted Mirio as his next successor anyways. Now can you let me enjoy mine iced tea, or do you need to be so primitive and be child? Night-Eye, Nezu, what happened to All Might? As I said, he attacked a student and then claimed he is a villain. Night-Eye, there must be a reason for that. Are you sure he is not one? Are you telling me that my students are evil? Night-Eye. There was something dangerous in my voice. I was aggravated. No one is telling me that Izuku is evil. He did so many good things as feral that it is literally impossible for him to be a villain. He might have attacked people and used some other methods that are not that legal, but he did it with a pure heart. Besides that, he is part a wild animal. If they are caged up as long as he was, they get unpredictable. I am only glad to see that he did recover very well with Aizawa and Mike. I am asking you again. Are you telling me that I am unable to see and find a villain in my own school? Night-Eye, no. I was just trying to say that there must be a reason. The reason is simple and I said it already. I hate to repeat myself and so I will say it only one more time. His quirk corrupted his own mind. You and I both know his story and how he got to the quirk. Night-Eye, I know, but he did a good job until now. He certainly did sometimes, but other times he did attack innocent people. We had a truth-telling detective fact-check and talk with All Might. Night-Eye, I just can't believe that he would do something like this. Believe it or not is up to you, but the facts are clear. Now if you excuse myself, I have to take Mirio to Tartarus to get his new quirk and be the next successor of Ova. Night-Eye, wait. Can I be there too? Sure, but do not let yourself get tricked by All Might. Night-Eye, I understand. Just like that we ended our call and my tea was already cold. Sigh, poor simple-minded people not wanting to see what is clearly in front of them. As I was getting ready to exit my office and walk to the teacher's office, I was stopped right in front of the door after I entered it. There was a full-blown dispute going on. As a principal, I took my role very serious, and instead of telling the others that I was already in the room and take Midnight, RG and Aizawa with me to get Ofa transferred to Mirio, I decided to listen to what they were so into it to not even manage to see me enter the room. 13, why not? Mike, are you insane? Midnight, but Zashi. It would be a nice change of atmosphere. 13, right. Snipe, I don't know. It sounds as if it's dangerous there. 13, nonsense. The USJ is a training area and completely safe. Aizawa, it sounds like a nice place. Our kitten sure would love to run around there. Vlad King, yeah, an area with a lot of catastrophes that the kids should learn from. You really think a cheetah running around is a good option? I say he will get injured. Power Loader, since when are you so protective about him? Vlad King. Lunch rush, oh, didn't you hear? Izuku came to him as a cat and was completely tired laying beside him. Vlad King, stop. 13, why? It was so cute. I mean, he somehow got the wrong table and laid right next to you. You also petted his head and the purr he gave off. Midnight, he purred? 13, he sure did make a lowly sound. Aizawa, looks as if he was tired. Mike, sounds like it. Vlad King, anyways, I say it's too dangerous. Me, on the contrary. It is a good idea. Everyone don't forget he is feral. A well-known vigilante. Aizawa, who still finds the villains before myself. That kitten has seriously something up his sleeve. 13, so it's decided then. Aizawa, looks like it, but I am coming too. Me, of course. Now please inform everyone right after we get back. Midnight, it's time already. Aizawa, dumb. Dumb as heck. Why would Nezu be here else? Me, Maybe because I wanted to check up and see what my dear teachers are up to? Power loader, you don't need that. We all know about the CCTVs and other stuff you have hidden all around the facility. Me, I see. Midnight, he what? I didn't know about the hidden stuff. Me, anyways we need to go as we have a time slot to do it. Just like that I managed to get my teachers out and go to All Might. It was quite simple getting the quirk from him while he was asleep thanks to Midnight and RG getting the blood. She then directly injected the blood into Mirio, which was how he got his new quirk. After that I personally placed Mirio under Sir Night Eye and let him train the boy. Now that everything was over I was sure that Feral or my little kitten would be safe from the society until he gets his own license to officially be allowed to be feral again. Though I was sure by then he would choose another name. Shigaraki's POV. I was actually watching some TV seeing if I could find a good way to eliminate that false hero, but all of a sudden a report popped up that All Might retired. Me, the fuck? Kurogiri, what's up? Me, did you hear that? Kurogiri, I wouldn't be asking if I did. Me, All Might retired. Kurogiri, what? Me, he retired. Kurogiri, are you sure you are not watching some fake news? Me, I am. Look. He came over to me and maxed the volume so that we could watch it and listen to everything a lot better, but in reality the loudness was way too much and it would just help get the reality straight. News, our beloved hero just retired last week and we only got the information today from UA's principal. He is with us on the line as he refused coming to us and be our guest. Hello Nezu? Nezu, oh my hello. News, is there a reason for All Might's retirement? Nezu, he specifically told us that he wanted to retire and train a student of my school. News, so he chose a successor then? Nezu, some might say so. News, I suppose you will not tell us who it is. Nezu, you guessed right. News, alright. Does that mean we will see a new symbol of peace? Nezu, that certainly will be the case. News, thank you for being here with us even if it was over the line. Thanks for answering some questions. Nezu, you're welcome. Have a nice day. News, thanks you too. Alright, you heard it folks. All Might is officially gone and trains his next successor. Right after that I switched the TV off and looked at Kurogiri. Me, did they just say he retired or am I getting old? Kurogiri, if you are getting old then I am getting stone-aged old and deaf. Me, but I had trouble accepting what I just heard. It was so weird. All these years he refused to have a successor and was on his own and now he is gone just like that? It was surreal. He was the reason my mother died. He was also the reason why FO was treated this way. He was the reason for everything and now he was gone? No way. I refuse to believe that. Me, get us to Sensei. Kurogiri, okay. Just like that a portal opened and we went through. It already looked as if he expected us, which meant that he also saw the news. Me, Sensei. You saw it didn't you? FO, yes. Me, and? FO, they were telling the truth. Me, what the? FO, now. It was not because of his free will, that one is for sure. Me, then what happened? FO, feral. Me, wait what? FO, I already did a little bit of digging and used my quirk in combination to it as well. Feral managed to get the truth out of All Might after getting attacked by him. Me, is he alright? FO, he is doing fine. Me, fine but not good. We should get him back. He can help us clear this misunderstanding. FO, I am sure he can and will. Me, then let's attack them and get him back. We can also treat him better than the heroes. He deserves to be with us. FO, you only want a brother. Me, yeah, and so what? FO, ha 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 ha. Kurogiri, sigh. Another child to babysit. FO, he will be harder to take care of and he will be worth it. You also love cats and wine, my dear old friend. Kurogiri, true that. FO, I accept your proposal and you may take a Nomu to attack USJ. Me, USJ? Why not UA? That doesn't make much sense. Though USJ should be a lot easier to attack than UA, but when in the world are they in USJ? They always stay at UA. Besides, that building only got finished a couple of days ago. Wait. Did you see the future again? That damn quirk we got in our hands really is unpredictable. But Izuku. Feral. He did manage to get All Might down. We are trying to do that for years, and that kid just did that in what? It's not even that long ago that the school year started. I want him in my team. I want him besides us. A huge nice black cat that has his heart at the right place. I will support you no matter what. After all, you did so much for the society without ever taking something. A true hero. A foe, they will have a field trip there. Me, future quirk thingy? A foe, exactly. Me, then tell me, how does the future look for us? A foe, thanks to Feral, not that grim. Me, USJ and Anomu? A foe, yes. Everything is up to you. You need to get him to us. He needs to know our side of the story too. Me, I will. Kurogiri, don't worry, I'll have an eye on him and we will get the kitten. The plan was simple, and now I needed to come up with a strategy. We needed him, and something told me from the beginning that he was our salvation. Now it was clear that he certainly was the way to get our names cleared. We never were villains just framed by All Might and then taken up the name to get rid of him. Everything we did was to save the society from a real villain by accepting the role he gave us. Now, however, we could be saved by a single variable, a glitch that didn't existed until now. He was getting stronger, and I would bet all my money that he will get the next symbol of peace. I would do everything to see that happening. After everything what happened, I started to feel like the teachers were starting to be more careful around me. Not in a sense that they fear me, but more like trying to protect me from an invisible threat, which made me crazy. Thankfully the class had my back and we all get along so good. It was also so much fun to see Bakugo threaten our class Pikachu and scream die at every attack as well as curse every single time. After saving him, I never heard a thank you ever again leaving his mouth to anyone again. He sure is a funny fellow though. Never thought he is a cat lover. It sure was fun running around with him on my back. He was so scared. And that girl's scream that escaped his lips. It was godly. Thankfully Tenya got to the teachers before All Might could do us any harm. Such a moron. Nope, an imbecilic. Wait, idiot would be more fitting with the IQ he has. Good thing we got rid of him once for all. A couple of weeks actually passed after All Might vanished and we got a new teacher to substitute him. It was no other than Nezu, who decided it would be fun teaching us himself. I was sure he was doing this for his own entertainment, but also to keep an eye on me too. Nezu isn't a bad teacher though. I enjoy his class. It's really good and different from the rest. He not only teaches us stuff we should know as a hero that is constantly being watched, but also an underground hero. Some techniques that are quite questionable but pretty good in my opinion, and stuff like how to blackmail people successfully without getting found out. Everyone thought that comment and that lesson was a joke, but I knew it otherwise. It was his full intention to tell us that there are more than one way to get to our goals and that villains never play by the rules, so we shouldn't do it in some cases as well. Everything is fine if we don't get found out after all. So a win-win situation. Still, I loved UA and I loved my class. All the people were great and I enjoyed being with them as a family and friends. Today was the day before we would go to the field. Aizawa made all the preparations for us to go there and also told me all the things that we could do. In short, I was allowed to shift and just run as much as I wanted and jump from building to buildings that were about to crash down, and I should team up and try to at least do one exercise since they were sure that I knew what to do, seeing as I was a vigilante after all. I was currently laying in bed when my phone went off. This wasn't nothing unusual as it was going off the whole day and it was starting to get annoying. Why can't they just shut up? This is getting ridiculously annoying. The whole day it is going off. Why am I in this group chat again? There are literally two. Why do I need to be in this one as well? One with teachers which is quiet and nice, but our private one is chaos. I enjoy good chaos, but this is ridiculously getting more childish than anything else, and where is my good chaos? I should respond them though. Just to end this already. I know the answer to the question after all since Aizawa told me it. Group chat. Crazy cat, guys. Can you stop spamming? Crazy cat, to answer the question at Alien, we are there to learn how to save people after a natural disaster or a villain attack. We are not protecting but saving this time. Pikachu, wait, no villains? Sonic, he already said no villains. Mom, come on now, we should all get to sleep. It is getting late. Floaty, but I am too excited to see 13. I mean, can you believe it? We will learn from the best. Crazy cat, we are learning from the best already with Nezu and Aizawa teaching us. Red Shark, he has a point, bro. Are we allowed to smash things? Die, fucking hell. What on fucking saving, don't you understand, shitty hair? Sonic, mind your language. Crazy cat, Dandelion is hopeless. Shadow Man, are we all agreeing that Izuku is the only one that can get away with calling Bakugo weird names? Invisible Man, but not, yup. Duct tape, if you have a death wish, try it out. Die, yeah man, fucking try it out. Crazy cat, sure, go ahead. Also wanna take me down, you angry Pomeranian? No killing today. Die, shit. Crazy cat, shouldn't you be? I don't know. Sleep? Headphones accessoire, sleep, what's that? Mom, health. Pikachu, isn't that a drug? Alien, I heard it's a drink that tastes like cold water. Crazy cat, I thought it was some kind of powder. Mom, enough. No drug. It's healthy to close your eyes and just rest. Crazy cat, so a final reste. Shadow Man, that's my man. Sonic, okay, we should really go to sleep. Remember last time Aizawa found our class cat awake? Grape soon to be juice, oh no. Duct tape, no no no. Shadow Man, sleepy zoo? Mom, yeah, please go off. Crazy cat, and how do you think that is possible with sensitive hearing and my phone buzzing off every single half a second? Alien, oop. Alien, 90. Pikachu? Pikachu, will be off too. Alien and Pikachu went offline. Crazy cat, well, good night. Everyone online, night. Everyone went offline. Well, the class got busted for keeping me up so late. Aizawa himself was very tired, so he let me go off the hook very easily, but I don't think he will let them off that easy. We were walking towards UA instead of taking the car this time because we would need to use a bus to get to USJ. 13 was already waiting there for us too. It was also Mike's day off, so he just overslept and didn't let anyone wake him up at all. How funny it was having one insomniac as a father and the other one being a sleepyhead like myself. I do enjoy sleeping so much, but you know I have sensitive hearing and I am up the moment my instincts kick in warning me. Like right now. Aizawa, you happy about going to USJ? Me, yeah. Aizawa, what's up kitten? Me, oh nothing. Aizawa, kitten. Me, fine. I have a feeling that something will happen. Aizawa, you have a feeling? Me, my gut and instincts are telling me that something is coming up, but I don't know if it is something bad or not. Aizawa, better be on our best and careful then. Me, yeah. Aizawa, wanna tell me why you stayed up so late yesterday? Me, the class was just so excited and had a lot of questions for today. Aizawa, I'ma let them work twice as hard today. Me, ha ha ha, don't. Seriously don't. They don't even know how to save people but only attack. It will be hard for them anyways. Aizawa, that's why I have a thermo with me. Me, and you forgot the popcorn. Aizawa, don't need it. Me, please Dajawa, don't make it hard on them. Aizawa, we'll see about it. It took us a little while to get to UA. We were supposed to wait outside for the bus since we would immediately drive to USJ. No one was there when we arrived because we were always early. Me, you wanna sleep? I'll just wake you up. Aizawa, nope. You better shift and take a nap before they all come. Me, but I am not tired. Aizawa, problem kitten. Me, I really am not tired. Aizawa, you were up till 1 a.m. Now sleep. Me, but. Aizawa, wanna be put in my sleeping bag? Me, you don't. Where did you even put that thing? Seriously? What is this? How is he able to always have one yellow giant sleeping bag with him? Where is he keeping that thing? Kinda like Nezu and his magical teacup. I really don't want to know, but I also do want to know. What's their secret? How is this even possible? Can they do magic? Is that a thing now? Am I actually in Hogwarts instead of UA and I just missed all the secret lessons? Seriously, what's up with that? Me, nope. I am good. The moment I said that, I shifted into a cheetah and laid down on the ground. It was a rather hot day, so I appreciated the cold floor and just lay there. I wasn't really sleepy, but being part cat meant being able to sleep everywhere whenever I feel like it. This was how I somehow ended up sleeping. Time skip brought to you by the class being especially quiet to not wake a cheetah up until the bus arrived. I felt someone pet my head and instantly started to stretch my body while still laying on the floor. Bakugo, fucking wa coach. You have a freaking death wish? Ida, nope, but you. Momo, seriously, why curse to him when Aizawa-sensei is literally staying beside him? Kirishima, bro, that hit is on you. Bakugo, still no fucking need to hit my freaking head. Aizawa, you were saying? Bakugo, TSK. It was that exactly conversation which got me up. The moment I opened my eye, I saw Aizawa standing behind Bakugo, which meant he was the one smacking his head and Momo wakening me up. Me, Mru. Ha 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 ha. You got smacked because of your own habit of cursing. LOL. You are so dumb. Literally so dumb. Who in their right mind angers Dajawa? I mean, didn't you guys learn form the last time? He caught you and threw you out the window just to have you dangle there for an hour until all the blood went to your head and you were so dizzy. Momo, morning. Me, Mew. I stood up and shifted back since I wasn't able to communicate with them otherwise at all. Me, morning. Also, Dandelion, didn't you learn from the last time not to anger him? Bakugo, he fucking told me to wake you up. Me, PFFF. Aizawa, watch your language. Bakugo, ouch. Ida, a lost cause indeed. Me, he will never learn. Momo, he will eventually. Just like that, Bakugo got smacked again. We all started laughing, seeing how he reacted in backing away from Aizawa and entering the bus on his own as the first person. Aizawa, everyone get inside and be on your guard. Denki, anything happening? Aizawa, no, you guys are hero in training, and if you don't want to run after the bus, I suggest to get in quickly and shut up so I can sleep in there. We all did as he said, since no one was really keen on running after a bus to get to a destination that is a good hour and more away from UA. Certainly not worth it. The truth behind this quickness was that he wanted me to sleep, and he also demanded that I would sleep right beside him. Well, this was how we got to the USJ building with everyone staying quiet, and you could literally just have a needle fall to the ground and hear it. That was how scared they were for Aizawa and his punishments, because if they get punished, they get punished as a class. It didn't take long for us to arrive at the USJ building. The moment I stepped out, I felt it. Something was about to happen, and I felt uneasy but yet calm, which made it obvious to me that it wasn't something bad but also not really something good. It was such a weird feeling I had. Aizawa, you still feeling it? Me, yeah, but it's weird. I don't think something bad is about to happen. Aizawa, are you sure? Me, yeah. I feel calm but also uneasy. It's weird to describe, but I would say whatever is about to happen is not bad but also not really good. Aizawa, I see. We were still whispering to each other, not letting the others know, but once everyone was out of the bus, Aizawa told them to be prepared for everything, since this was the moment he was testing them. Of course he wasn't testing them at all, and this was only something he said to make them not freak out at all. Good one. At least they won't freak out by whatever is about to happen. I am sure they can handle it, but still. Better be careful. You don't know. Maybe it's even one of Nezu's crazy hero lesson tests. Like seriously. He loves to see us suffer when he teaches us. Who is even putting dogs against students to make them run faster? Did I mention that they were robotically dogs made by the support course and that they exploded 15 minutes after activation? Chaos. It was pure chaos. So it wouldn't surprise me if it was that rat of our class. Me, well, let's roll this. We all entered the building and 13 started to explain the building to us. That was when I saw it. A black mist-like thing just came out of nowhere and Shigaraki came too. Me, no way. The moment I saw them I shifted and ran towards them. This was probably one of the stupidest thing I could do. Dajawa was behind me screaming my name to get back, but I was just happy seeing them. Shigaraki, we are he. Before he could even finish talking I knocked him over and we got teleported back into the abandoned bar. Of course Shigaraki fell backwards while I was on him. Me, Mru. Shigaraki, you've. I could tell that I knocked the air out of him, and so I went down from him and shifted back right beside him too. Me, long time no see Krusty. Shigaraki, feral. Me, the one and only in flesh and blood. Shigaraki, but we were supposed to save you. Me, you mean kidnap me? Shigaraki, same but different. Me, we can have Kurjuri teleport me back and you can still go for it. Shigaraki, Wano. Why would we do that and risk every single one of the hero in training to get injured? Me, oh, you do have a heart. I knew it. You never were evil. Shigaraki, sigh. Me, well, am I wrong? Shigaraki, no. Me, by the way, where is Kurogiri? Shigaraki, that stupid idiot. Babysitter my ass. He didn't even realize that I wasn't there. I watched him pull out a phone and a second later Kurogiri teleported right where we were. Me, hello. Kurogiri, hey, nice to see you healthy. Me, nice to see you too. Shigaraki, bring us to sensei. Kurogiri, sure. Shigaraki, we have a lot to talk about. Me, I am sure we do. Just like that I walked through the portal and meet Ufo, the one and only #1 villain. Ufo, it's nice meeting you, feral. Me, likewise. I was kinda on my guard, but the way he acted and by his body language I could tell that he didn't wanted anything bad to me. Me, why am I here? It doesn't make much sense that you wanted to get me, Shigi. Shigaraki, sensei? Ufo, yes, it is time. Me, time for what? I am so bamboozled. Ufo, you might know me as All for One, the #1 villain, but I was framed by my own brother. Ah, don't tell me it was All Might. Ah, that bastard. No wonder people on the street started talking about how he frames innocent peoples and create villains, but Ufo? Out of every villain, I would have never guessed that one. Me, All Might hug. Ufo, yes. Me, he framed you too. Ufo, yes. It was right after he got his quirk that he started to see me as well as his teachers as villains. Me, do you know why the quirk corrupted him? Ufo, no. I tried getting him back to sanity, but the big fight where I went down in history as the #1 villain was the outcome of it. Me, oh. Ufo, he also killed his own sensei who gave him the quirk. Me, that's brutal. Thankfully he won't be able to do that anymore. Ufo, thanks to you he won't. Me, but why are you guys villains? Couldn't you somehow clean this misunderstanding up? Shigi, feral, who would believe us? Me, Shigi, but besides you. Me, the UA staff will. Ufo, only because you are telling them that, but otherwise the reality is looking grim for us. The #1 hero. Me, former #1. Ufo, he declared us as villains and so we are villains. Me, I'll change that. You guys deserves to have the same freedom as every single other one. Ufo, thank you. Shiggy, you are the only one that thinks that way. Me, well now that I know about that. Oh, there is more. I want you to know the whole story. Just like that he told me everything I needed to know. He told me about how All Might used to be and what good family they were well until he got the quirk. After that everything went wrong. It was obvious how he changed thanks to the quirk, but the reason why was still a mystery. It might have to do with his past, or the quirk was too strong for his mental state. Who knows? One thing was sure though. He did so much damage to the people that loved him that I wanted to fix it. Me, Kurogiri. Teleport us all to the UA's conference room. Shiggy, wait, what? Me, I'ma make them believe you. I know the truth. I heard bits and pieces from rumors already. Shiggy, no. Oh, are you sure this is the right way? Me, yes. Shiggy, we just kidnapped him. Me, told you that you kidnapped me and you said it was rescuing. Shiggy, same but different. Me, sigh. Oh, if you are sure that this is the best way then so be it. I am putting my faith into you. Me, thank you. Oh, Kurogiri, do as he said. Kurogiri, I don't know if this is the best thing to do. Oh, just do it. Kurogiri, sigh, fine. Third POV. It was just a couple of hours after Izuku disappeared that all the teachers of UA sat together in a meeting room and started to debate how to get him back. Aizawa, we need to go on a search. Mike, but where are we looking? Midnight, and you said it was just a black portal and a guy with a lot of hens and Izu just attacked? 13, it looked like it. Aizawa, then how about we search the whole city? 13, they teleported away. Nezu, that means they could be in another city too. Just as Nezu said that out loud, everyone fell silent, and as if the timing couldn't be any better, a portal opened right in front of them. Aizawa, that is the same portal. Nezu, do not attack until we can be sure that Izuku is well off. It really couldn't be any better timing than that Izuku went through the portal first. He wasn't alone though. Shigaraki, All for One and Kurogiri followed him as well. Izuku, I am back and brought friends with me. Normally no, there was one person that would never show how worried he was, but this time, he not only stood up abruptly but also made the chair fall to the ground backwards and dashed towards Izuku, first checking him up on any kind of injuries and then hugging him. Aizawa, kitten. Where the heck were you? Izuku, I was with my friends. Mike, what do you mean with friends? 13, I saw them kidnap you. Shigaraki, we were out to save him. Izuku, long story short, they wanted to give me the freedom I had as feral. Nezu. All for One, when I am not wrong. Oh, yes. The moment he said that, everyone besides Izuku was getting ready to jump in and attack them, but Feral was standing in between them. The villains were not real villains and he knew it. The only things was that Izuku needed to tell their stories which no one wanted to listen to earlier. Izuku, stop it. Hear me out before you guys decide to attack all of the sudden. It was at this point that everyone was looking at Izuku, who was hissing and warning everyone to stand back. He wanted to tell their story. He wanted everyone to understand them, and so after Nezu gave him the permission, he did as he wanted and told their story. Izuku, that's why they are villains. Nezu, I see. Aizawa, still doesn't explain why they kidnapped you. Izuku, you see, I know them from earlier as feral, and they thought that since I was a cheetah and injured when you guys got me, that I was held captive, seeing as I am a vigilante. Mike, oh. Shigaraki, we stand with feral. He managed to do what we wanted to do. Nezu, and that would be? Oh, removing All Might from the Hero Society. Nezu, now that that is done, what do you think of doing? Oh, we would love to help Feral in his way to be a hero. Shigaraki, I'll personally see to it that he will be the number one. Izuku, wow, hold on. I never wanted to be number one, or not anymore. I just want to be me. Feral and I'll stay as an underground hero, a shadow for every villain. Oh, then we will be your shadow, informing you about everything. from the dark side. Izuku, wait, hold on. You don't mean to tell me. Oh, yes. We will stay as villains. That is how the society is seeing us. Nezu, we could change that. Shigaraki, let's be honest, society never changes the opinion. Besides, this is how we can help you. Nezu, it seems like you guys have already set your priorities straight. Oh, we did. Aizawa, and you will be watching over my kitten. Oh, as if he was my own son. Aizawa, very well. Izuku, wait, but that means you guys will stay being villains. Shigi, I think you didn't understand us. We want to stay villains to help you. Izuku, but Kurogiri, you want to stay feral, and so do we want to stay on the dark side as your eyes and ears? Mike, spies. That surely will help you. Midnight, not as if the pure name is putting anxiety in the heart of every villain. It was just like that Nezu allowed the villains to stay villains. This time, however, he made Power Loader also create weapons as well as new outfits and gadgets so that we could always be in contact. Even though it takes time for Izuku to be officially a hero, he already made the biggest progress he could have ever made. Now he had a network operating in his name telling him of every villain's plan in the underground. As if that wasn't enough, having the #1 villains as another kind of father was surely something else. Kurogiri also dedicated his life to being a bartender. He reopened the bar with the help of his old friends Mike, Midnight, and Aizawa. It was a special place made only for villains and shielded from the heroes, or so they thought, since it was actually just so that they could gather information about the villains themselves pretty easily. After their villain name was cleared, Afo told them everything they needed to know about Kurogiri since he himself couldn't remember the past. It was once again All Might who decided that a teleportation quirk was a sign of villainous and tried to get rid of him. All Afo did was give him a second chance in life by making himself a lighter version of a Nomu. It was the only way for Kurogiri to survive the attack and the wounds that he got from All Might. Knowing that Mike, Midnight and Aizawa did everything to make up for the lost time they had. They were friends after all, and they never gave up searching for him. Izuku was only happy to see that everything went out well. He continued staying in UA as a student and never told Class 1A and his friends about his second identity, as he knew how dangerous it could be. Though he did announce his hero name at the sports festival to be feral. Tsukuchi also figured out that he was the real deal after seeing him shift. Thankfully, the detective also took a liking to the kid and decided to stay quiet, as no one knew the black cat better than him. This was how Izuku stayed being a vigilante all through his years in UA and officially managed to be an underground hero afterwards. His name was only cursing through the street as if he was a ghost. The villains were all scared of him as he was rumored to be a black mass of nothingness. Needless to say that the years Izuku was feral, the city and its people lived a normal happy life with nearly no crimes and no murder happening. The villains all chose another city and not the one protected by feral, a cheetah and his family as well as friend group protecting him. Tilda and Tilda. That will be the end of the video. See you never, haha.